And I
In,
swapped. There we go.
in. Hello, everyone! Yay! We have a new logo today.
Yay! Yippee!
Yay!
Also,
A
Con,
is
I hope you know that your Fugi,
I forgot to change my foot. 1 second.
Ah.
Arm.
No, no, keep it, keep it. It's perfect. I was like, hang on, that's Catrus, and he's a cat. Wait a second, what's happening? Oh.
That was my Fugi. Right? It's a really nice starting screen, right, Isa? It's because I set this for the Lethal Company collab. This is what happens if I mute on Discord.
Not the oh god.
This is what happens if I deafen.
That's actually so funny. I love that. Ugh. But yes, hello everybody.
So just hello everyone. Hello.
Hi, welcome
Um.
to snack time with yours truly, Macaron DM, and my lovely co-host and friend here, Cornelius Calgary. It's episode 11. Let's go.
Let's go. God fucking damn it, Shion is graduating. My insider just told me that. Okay. I'm not gonna go into it. Well, I will later, but Hello everyone. It's a pleasure to meet you. We're starting the podcast now. Make yourself at
Yar.
home.
Grab some popcorn,
Uh
grab some nice headphones, I don't know, sit somewhere comfortably because it's going to be a long ride. I don't have to work
yes.
for a couple of days because if you couldn't tell by the title, there's a cyclone in my area.
Yay!
Yay!
Cyclone! Hi Mia,
Yippee!
hi Isa. Welcome to the chat. Hi Mia.
Hi, Mia.
Yes, a cyclone is heading towards Australia as we speak.
Yeah.
So,
Actually,
if. Mhm.
so I don't think I actually told you this either. So, okay, there's actually two cyclones heading towards Australia right now as we speak.
What? There's a
Yeah.
second one?
Sorry,
Yeah.
I forgot to mention there's a second one. So the one that's heading towards my city or my state is a category 3. The one that is
Uh-huh.
on what is it, on the other side of the country, which is like Western Australia, it's a category 5.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking like
What?
yeah, immensely dangerous cyclone, and they're both heading directly towards the country. So
Oh no.
love that.
Karan, you might wanna, you might wanna start moving a little bit,
Uh,
maybe.
it's fine. It's fine. We've combated stuff like this before. It's okay.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Look,
Also, I just realized
if it
go ahead, sorry.
floods, uh, looks like I'm going for a swim.
Oh my, don't say that. 1 second, because I don't know if you guys realize, but we have a new logo, which was
Yeah.
designed by Macaron's Truly. I'm just fixing it because immediately it is offset in my screen.
Yay!
Yay! There you go.
I got a new iPad and I bought Procreate, and I got me some new pens as well for Procreate, and I was like, "You know what? Let's make another sign cuz it's episode 11 commemorate I don't know. What do they call that? What is an
Milestone?
anniversary? Yeah. Like a milestone. What's an anniversary after 10 years? That's not a silver jubilee, is it?
I don't think it's a silver. It's something Jubilee. Isn't it like glass or something like
I
that?
think so. But
I
you
think
know,
silver is 25 years or
commemorating
something.
our podcast for going for this long. You know what's crazy is that we started this last year,
Yeah,
Corn.
we have. Really have. We've come a long way.
Yeah.
Come a long way. It was like our
Crazy.
One of my first series on streaming, and I'm having a lot of fun.
Yeah, super duper consistent. Yippee!
Yeah.
Yay!
Exactly. Oh, clap, clap. Yes. It's okay, Mia. I'm sure Macaron will be okay. If we start hearing her, a little bit windy, we know what's
Yeah, I'll
happening.
let you guys know if like the roof of my house has like decided to rip itself off, but I think it'll be
Don't
fine.
say that.
Granted,
You'll be fine.
there will be a power outage before that happens, so if the stream stops halfway, you'll know why. Uh,
Yeah. Oh, that's a great question. Is why no share chat? It's because for some reason I can't get it to work. Every time we try, we initiate share chat and it doesn't work. I don't know. I think it just hates me.
it's
It's
been
just me.
fucking 3, 4 episodes
We
and it
tried
still
for
won't?
episodes.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Oh, we've had it. We literally like last not even kidding to all of you. Last episode, we literally tried like 6 times before the
uh,
stream started and we were like,
yeah.
"Fuck this. I've had it. I've had it. I'm not dealing with this
Yeah.
anymore."
I really need to sit down and try to figure out a way of how to fucking do it
Mm.
because we tried. We tried multiple times.
Yeah, literally so many times and it's just not doing it. And it like it was fine every other time we did it before like the last 3 times now.
Hmm. Yeah.
They just hate to see us win. They hate seeing us winning.
Yeah. Yeah. They gotta keep us down. They
Yeah.
gotta, they need to sabotage the VTuber industry somehow. So the bigger ones they ban, the smaller ones they silence. That's how
I
Twitch
won't be
runs.
silent. I refuse to be silent. You can't take me down.
Literally. Yeah, but that's why. But don't worry, we'll figure it out one day. We'll figure it out.
One day.
One day.
One of
One
these
day.
days, hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah.
But we've got a lot to talk about today, because
Yeah. Hmm.
Corn's been all over the shop in the last 2 weeks.
Okay. A
Uh,
lot has been happening, chat. And, that's the good thing about our podcast being bi-weekly. Because a lot of stuff can happen in 2 weeks.
mm,
A lot of stuff can happen in 2 weeks. Thank you for the guru redeem. So, beginning with the Globy situation.
dun
So,
dun
if
dun.
done, exactly. So, for those who don't know, Globy is a branch of the Brave Group, which is the VTuber agency that bought Idol and Globy. They have other smaller agencies as well, but basically they oversee all these agencies. And
Mm,
Globy is a agency focused on European VTubers. Was really good. They had a really good run. They had a very solid gens, and they released one of their latest gens is was, I guess I should say, Square Mimi, Sarah Rosaria, and Maeve, which are fantastic VTubers. Sarah, if you're hearing this, your ASMR is top notch. And I was following them. I was watching their stuff. If you guys are familiar with my Twitter, I interacted with Square Mimi very often because I
mm.
really enjoyed her content. She's like this movie buff, and she's very interesting. I recommend you guys checking her out. Well, on her new account now, but I really like her. And then one day when I woke up, literally this happens in a span of 3 days. By the way,
Mm.
I woke up around 9 a.m. and I remember the time because I literally was looking at the clock when I said one day. I went to sleep. I like Square Mimi in the previous day shared a fan art that they made of her. Everything was fine. I went to sleep. I woke up around 9 a.m. And then I see an announcement from Globy, and the most nothing there. Announcement. Oh, hi, Hylian. Thank you for the hydrate. Let me take a sip.
Also, hi, Hylian.
Hi. So it was the most nothing, like zero information announcements of termination. Didn't even say it was at either a graduation or a termination because there was nothing on the announcement, just saying that Lilo and Square Mini were not part of the company anymore. That's basically what the announcement said. It didn't say if there was a termination or graduation, if they will have like a goodbye stream, what is the membership or merge situation, which usually even incompetent companies, Ninja Sanjay, adds on their graduation announcements, right? But not this time. Nuh-uh. Globy had nothing of that. And I literally, if you look at my Twitter, I literally just commented like minutes after it was posted because it literally posted when I woke up.
Mm.
Like, what happened? This is not enough information. Give us something, right? And then on the comments of the company itself, I saw someone by the name of Hobo Barbie commenting, "What's happening? I did nothing wrong." And I was like, huh, that's a very particular that's a very particular choice of words. And, and as I look into that account, it was Square Mini's private account. And I was like, okay, so the talents themselves are saying that they had no idea what happened. And so this is actually pretty bad. So, I waited a little bit. I was supposed to go work at the lab. I was supposed to like teach an undergrad internship, how to do stuff. I
Mm.
literally messaged her and say, hey, can we do this after lunch? I am not free this morning.
Oh my goodness. Homie literally decided to
I
postpone something all for this.
Yes, yes, because of a VTuber graduation. Yes, that's what. Yeah, well, not even graduation. That was a termination, which I didn't know it was a termination yet.
Mm.
Yeah, I did. I said like, "Hey, can we do this after lunch because I can this morning?" And they're like, "Oh yeah, okay." I was like, "Okay, perfect." So I started doing my thing. I was, lurking, seeing any kind of reaction to it. And then people, because European time, people were starting waking up and people started reacting to it. And then Hobo Barbie started streaming on Twitch. And of course I joined because I was there. And it was actually fantastic. And I want to really give props to her for this because she opened the stream. She was distraught. She was crying. She was asking what was happening. Oh no! First, actually, let me. She didn't start streaming yet. She posted a Twitter space, a recording of Twitter space, and she was distraught, just crying, just asking what's happening. She has no idea what happened, saying that they locked her out of all of her accounts. She couldn't access Twitch, not Twitch, sorry, it's YouTube, Twitter, any account that where she could communicate with people through Globy, through her character of Square Mini. She was logged off. So and they changed the password so she couldn't access.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
after that, Twitter, it was actually very sad. She was distraught.
Mm.
And then she started streaming. And basically, hi Roderick, welcome to
Hi, Rod.
welcome to the podcast. We're talking about VTuber terminations. And I was like, okay, I already said to my undergrad student that I'm not going this morning and she's about to stream. So I might as well just join in. And I was like one of the first people in there. And I just gonna say that I love this woman, like big props to her because she started her stream using Square Memes model, like using the actual model that
Ha!
she's supposed to not have access anymore, but she still had. Uh, and she was streaming as Square Mimi, and she was really sad. She was crying, and then she explained what happened. So basically, what happened, and I didn't check what was the company's argument for terminating her and Lilo.
Mm.
Apparently, and don't quote me on that. I don't know if that's true, but I've read some Twitters, and apparently Lilo, on her lore, he had like ties to mafias. I don't know her lore. I never watched Lilo before. It was like another gen from Screaming, so I didn't know. Apparently, her lore, she had mafias about it,
Mm.
and apparently the company asked her to change her lore because mafia, they are European. I don't know, it makes no fucking sense. But regardless, they asked for it. She didn't change. And Square Mimi defended her, saying that, if that's her lore, she doesn't want to change. Like, you guys shouldn't ask for her to change.
Mm.
And apparently, that was the thing that led them both to be like left in the dark. Apparently, I don't know
Yo,
if that's true. Don't quote me on
what?
that. But yeah, apparently that's what happened because nothing else happened. That's what Screaming was saying. Yeah, she was very vocal about stuff that she was against, or like if the company did something. On her Twitter space where she was crying, she was saying, "Oh, this person delete our conversations on Discord. This person delete our conversation on Discord. I don't know why they banned me, and they might be coming for you too." It was like very like that. Like she was very desperate. Actually, it was like kind of very scary.
Mm.
Uh, so she was saying that because she doesn't know what happened, and the company themselves didn't say anything. Like they didn't say because like when they terminate something, when a VTuber agency terminates something, they state on the announcement, "Oh, they broke our rules" or something. They did not say that. And Square even was saying, "Yeah, I'm wearing the model now because they broke contract. They broke their part of the contract, which states that if they want to terminate them, they had to give them a fair warning or notice beforehand."
Mm.
But that's literally not happened. She said because she was basically on her on vacation. Basically, she didn't have anything planned, and she went to sleep. And she woke up with a her manager messaging her. Is like, "Hey, we need you. We need to have a meeting to talk about something." And that was like
Ruh-roh.
7 p.m. in the previous day, and she didn't saw it because she went to sleep. And it's like, "Hey, I didn't see it. Can I? Can we reschedule? What's happening? Is there something happening?" And when she woke up, she had no access to her accounts anymore. So they didn't even got her into a meeting to formally terminate her.
What in the oh my
Yes,
goodness.
yes. It was horrible, horrible, horrible. So she was like, "Hey, they they broke their contract because that's a clause in their contract. Therefore, the contract is void. Therefore, I'm using this model now." And basically, she was explaining that she debuted, I'm pretty sure, at the end of 2024, like around September, November. I don't remember the exact time. But she debuted that time, but she has been working with Globee for a year because Square Mimi was of her design. She designed Square Mimi, and she loved Square Mimi because she was a slug slash slime VTuber. She's a really fan of slugs. So like
Yeah.
she built the character basically. And now, technically she has no access to it because they banned her. That reminds me when I watched someone get fired right in front of me, and it was pretty dang awkward. Lamau. That's the thing, right? If even they had the balls to actually fire them, but no, they just like locked them out of their accounts. As she was streaming, she was saying, "Oh, I received another email. They changed the password on this account. Oh, they changed they kicked me off Steam, but I still have access to my model because V2 Studio does not require Steam to run." you know, it was crazy. It was crazy, and to this day, they really did not give like a motive. And apparently, they were saying that, "Oh, that meeting was supposed to be their warning, but since she didn't show up, they considered a warning given or something like that." And that's
That's
insane.
not
That is
oh
crazy.
my goodness.
That's
That's
not
not
how it
how
works.
that
That's
works.
not how it works.
Ugh.
Exactly. That's not how it works. yeah, that was my morning one day. The other day, I woke up and the Globey posted a second announcement, which said even less than what the first one said. So they didn't explain shit, and it just kept happening. I was like, what the fuck is wrong with them? Like, oh, and one thing that Square Mimi said on her live stream was, if you guys think Niji Sanji is bad, wait until the Brave Group stuff comes out. So we might have, we might have big news coming in the future
Oh, just a
from Brave
company
Group.
coming out that just is doing all this shitty stuff. It's making Niji Sanji look like saints, and that's
Yeah,
concerning. Oh.
that's bad. That's bad, bro. If you, if your company is literally being used as a metric in comparison to Niji Sanji, you fucked up.
Oh
You
yeah, for
fucked up
sure.
bad.
Granted,
Okay.
at this point, we
Well,
have no news of anybody attempting to take their life yet, because on that standard, Niji Sanji is still pretty shitty.
yeah, yeah. Uh,
But also
well,
simultaneously, if there is like a spectrum, Niji Sanji is on like the worst side of the
mhm,
spectrum. Like, this is worst case scenario. You should have never done this in the first place kind of situation. If you end up even
exactly.
anywhere close to that, homie, I think it's time to pack up and leave. Oh,
Pack it up. Pack it up.
pack it
Exactly.
up.
And and Square Mimi was very distraught. Like when she was crying, she was saying, she was basically venting,
Hmm.
which in you know in hindsight, it might not be a good idea to immediately start streaming. But in her case, I understand why she did it, because she literally had contact with nobody else. They kicked her off Discord, so she
Hmm.
couldn't contact any of her managers, any of her like friends, true official channel. So she was really distraught, and she was talking about thinking about killing herself, like on stream, and that was really sad to watch.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that everybody was there. She had her mods there, so everybody was calming her down, and I'm glad that worked. That worked, but it is a very scary situation. And now she is working on the design, basically to reclaim Square Mini. But
Ooh.
it's yeah, but this entire debacle of Globey, it's insane, and I'm pretty sure, much like what happened in Niji Sanji, this will result in a lot of graduations coming their way, because a lot of the members were also surprised. People canceled streams. Her co-highs were really distraught, which was Maeve and Sarah. So, um, it was a really, really bad situation, and I was particularly affected by it because I am a big fan of her, and of course, uh, she's still around. She's still gonna stream, so that's still happening.
Hmm.
But the the sole fact that happened is blood boiling. It grinds my gears that a company thinks they have the authority to do that to someone, even though breaking contract was they know, quote unquote, nothing will happen. But let me tell you, Brave Group, you're not situated in Japan. You can't get away with everything, you know.
You're not slick with it, homie.
Oh, and you know what? Also, they had on their contract,
What?
apparently, according to the talents, a 1 year non-compete clause. So, like, if they leave the company, they wouldn't be able to stream for 1 year because they're not with the company anymore. And I realized that on UK laws, that's against the law. They can't enforce that. That's not
Yeah.
enforceable, which is good for them. But holy shit, the fact that the company tried to get away with that is insane. Didn't like half of their roster cancel some upcoming big streams? Yes, I remember there was a slew of refund posts from Globey right after the first announcement. Yes, exactly. By the way, her membership channels, as far as I know, it's still up. So Square Mimi was saying, "Hey guys, just cancel your memberships because none of that money is coming to me anymore. It's all going to the company."
Oh.
So you know, that was my last tweet, chat. And on that note, woke up today and 37 minutes ago, Shion from Hololive just announced her graduation. So here we are. Here we are again.
There's something stinky going on in there. I can feel it.
Uh, yeah, I mean, it's like what I told you, right?
Hmm.
Because also they're realizing that they don't need the company like to keep their numbers and to keep growing.
Yeah.
Doki Birch, and that's a good thing. I'm really glad that people are realizing that the companies are not like the top anymore.
Oh yeah,
You
for sure.
can be as big as a company VTuber without being on a company, and that's great.
Hmm.
However, it's kind of my fault to tie my happiness directly to anime girls on the internet
Yes, it is your fault.
because they,
Straight
because
up,
then
it
I
is your
live in
fault.
because then I live
Love
in a
you,
roller
but
coaster
like
now.
straight up
But
your fault.
yeah, yeah, that's my fault. That's my fault. Okay,
Uh,
shoot me down, chat.
as your friend Corn and as your outlet for all your outrages, it is your fault.
It is fully my fault.
Uh,
It may have not been your best decision. Yeah, right.
uh,
Yes, maybe not.
it's just,
Maybe.
you know what's funny though, right? Is that so in the K-pop industry, particularly amongst like EXO fans, like EXO-Ls,
Mm-hmm.
because EXO goes through a lot of shit anyways. When this stuff
Mm-hmm.
happens, and it happens often, it gets to a point of where we call it like it's just another day on Exoplanet. It's just another day in the VTubing community. What
Yeah,
difference does it
yeah,
make?
yeah.
Oh, war never changes, y'all.
War never changes indeed. Holy shit.
Oh, we just always
But
get fucked
some
up
good
shit.
stuff happened. Yeah, yeah, exactly. In retrospect, it was this week was much better than the last one. Because we had the Oscars, Brazil won. We had Carnival, which was really
Mm.
nice. And what else good that happened? Nothing else good happened. But that's about
There were two
it.
things that happened that were good.
Yeah, yeah. There's a few things that happened that were good.
Look,
Yeah,
look, we'll take what
and my
we can
sister's
get.
birthday as well. Exactly,
I hope you
exactly.
spoiled her.
I did. Me, my mother, my father, and her husband, and her. We went for a restaurant to celebrate her birthday, and then we had cake the other day. It was really nice. It was a really good celebration.
Yay! Birthdays
Yay!
are a priority, y'all. Don't you forget that. Be grateful that a person you love exists on this planet. Period.
Yes, literally, right?
In other news, what else actually oh, okay. So last 2 weeks, right? What is
Uh-huh.
it? We're going back into the what is it? The VTubing shenanigans. So
Uh-huh.
Niji Sanji's Overture live concert thingamabob came out last week, I think it
Oh,
was.
that happened? Oh, props for
Yeah.
them.
So, out of curiosity, I watched the free section. I have some notes.
Face.
I have some things to
Oh,
nitpick.
Christ. Oh, Christ.
I have some things that really annoyed me. First and foremost, first up, opening act, all over the place. Everybody has no idea what they're doing. There's a lot of hand gestures going on. Everybody's moving back and forth, and it feels like either one, when they were doing the 3D model shenanigans, they were either not in the room together or they were in the room together, and everybody is just inconsistent with what the hell is going on stage. That bothered me
Mhm.
so much because from a standard at a concert, I'd expect you all to at least be somewhat collaborative in what is happening in the first act, okay? It is the opening act. You
Uh-huh.
should be locked the fuck in. Why Are you just jumping up and down, moving side to side, weird random hand movements? None of it is consistent enough, and you all are just doing your own little thing. This doesn't feel unionized enough. This feels very much like a last minute, we just got shot up on stage because we had to kind of situation. That really annoyed me. Number 2,
Mhm.
the
Mhm, mhm, mhm.
solos were okay. They weren't bad, but they weren't great either. They weren't anything to, hype up about, if I'm completely honest. The introduction as well of everybody was really off-putting for some reason.
Was it like a mixed concert, or that was only like the girls or only like the boys?
It
Was
was a
it
mixed
everyone?
concert. Okay, so the
Okay.
members get this right. So the members
Uh-huh,
who
uh-huh.
were on stage are the Notorious 3, part of the black screen stream. Yeah, crazy, right?
Notorious Street.
Crazy.
I wonder why they're there, huh?
I know,
Okay.
right? Sunny, which makes a lot of sense. Ren also makes
Mhm.
sense. Mari, Anna, once again making sense, but also controversial pick.
Making sense.
Um,
Yeah,
controversial
I
pick.
mean, yeah.
And who was the last one? No, that was it. It was just the yeah. Oh, and Rosemi, which we love Rosemi. Rosemi,
We love Rosemi.
pretty girl. She's doing her best out here. She was fine. She was slaying. She was doing her best. Mari's was fine as
Mhm, mhm.
well. Her solo stages were really good. It was pretty much just reminiscent of her 3D debut, which makes sense because
Mhm,
that's literally what it is. I feel, and this may either be a Japanese concert thing, which I'm pretty sure it's not, or it's just a VTubing thing, because once again, we come full circle to the conversation of if you're going to throw your talents out there like they're music artists, at least know a thing about the music industry, but whatever. Don't listen
or
to
string them,
me.
yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Just there is very much an obvious standing of who is on stage and knows what they're doing and who has that kind of stage presence and who who's really worth seeing. And then other people who it's like you're lacking in areas. I get that you're doing your best on stage, but in the sense of what people paid for to see you for, you have to make that value worth it.
Mhm.
Because
I
for
see. Yeah,
example,
absolutely, absolutely.
like we were talking about last time about the HoloFest tickets and whatnot. Once
Mhm.
again, paying that amount for streaming it, real shit. Don't know why you would decide to do that. But anyways, I digress. But for the amount that you pay to go see a concert face to face in person, you have to make that price worth it to your audience. It has to be of that
Yes.
similar value. If it's
Mhm.
not worth that, and if you're not going to put your best foot forward and give them the time of their life at this one concert, then literally whatever people paid for, it was definitely not worth it.
Mhm.
And honestly, I
And
didn't see the prices for it, but in hindsight of what everything was on stage, just for that free part alone, I will say I
uh-huh.
walked away from it very underwhelmed. Severely underwhelmed.
I mean, especially because like Niji Sanji, like the first concert in what, 5 years or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. It's been a while.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
'Cause they
It's
have
actually crazy.
Niji Fest every single year. Last year, Niji Fest was, mostly, as far as I can remember,
Mhm.
was mostly promoting, the JP side of things. Of course, EN was there, but
Mhm.
not a lot of promo was being pushed towards them because of the Selene
Oh,
incident.
I see.
I do remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah. It was very much on the EN side, low key as fuck, because everybody was like, "Yo, we
Uh-huh.
messed up so badly. Let's just
Yeah,
pretend like
they're
nothing's happening."
hiding.
Yeah. Which
Let's
was
just
what
hide
it was. Yeah,
everyone.
let's just not talk about this. Okay. Whatever. Which okay, sure. But Like I said, for a concert, it's really underwhelming. It's not
Mhm.
anything particularly great to, like, talk about, and especially I think the thing that I nitpicked the most as well, was the collaboration stage between, Ren and Vox. I already have my opinions about Vox, everybody knows my opinions about Vox.
We know we
Yeah,
know a lot
everybody
about
knows. We know. But, like,
God damn it.
putting all that shit aside and looking at it from a frontward perspective of this is someone who's performing on stage, once again, very lackluster, very underwhelming. Most of the choreography that they said that they had worked on prior to the concert itself was also very underwhelming as well. I'm not feeling
Mhm.
pulled in. I'm not feeling like hyped enough for this. I don't think
Mhm.
that this is really worth me getting up out of my seat and jumping up and down and having a good time with you, if I'm completely honest. And that's kind of sad because if somebody told me that they spent $90 on this concert and they didn't stand up a single time, that's a problem.
That's a problem. That's a problem.
'Cause what do you mean? You went to an expensive concert and you weren't up having the party of your life. Like, if that's not happening, then what's the point in going?
Exactly, especially on the price. Like a lot of people were complaining as well because Holofest is gonna happen the end of this month.
Mm-mm.
And a lot of people are saying they're not watching because like if you want to watch all the stages, the price gets really, really steep.
Oh, yeah.
So the companies have to have like in their mind that this is supposed to be the best time of someone's life
Mm.
to make it worth it,
Yeah.
right? So everybody would need not necessarily needs to, but would want to do the best they can to deliver a good concert. And
I
yeah,
would
when it
have to
comes to
agree
Niji
with you
Sanji,
with
we know.
that, yeah.
Yeah, when it comes to Niji Sanji, we know that's not the case.
Well, yeah, okay. Well, first of all, let's go back, what was it, last year, I think it was, when they did the
Oh
AR
yes,
Live. Screenshots came out of that, clips came out of that. I was looking at them all over Reddit and I was like, these are kind of bad. I know this was a year
I've
ago,
seen
but these are pretty bad.
back then, even back then, I seen comparisons between both. What wasn't even Hollow Fest, which is like the entirety of Hollow Live, was just the EN concert
Hmm.
and the AR Live, and the differences were very, very noticeable.
Well, that's what I was saying too. Okay, so here's the two big differences between Hollow and Niji. Hollow actually does have a real foot within the Japanese music industry. They've been doing it for a while
True.
and they promote their talents to have some
Hmm.
sort of like concert music industry sort of experience. And we've seen that a lot with their concerts anyway. The choreography that they do, the
Hmm.
singing that they do, like at least there is some sort of stage presence that they have when they have their concerts. Niji Sanji, where is it? I've got the plate's ready. It's right there. All you have to do is deliver. That's all you have to do. And you couldn't even do
Exactly. Yeah,
that.
that's a good point. Exactly.
It's just,
Uh,
like, you shouldn't be leaving people, like, feeling like they could have been more. You should be giving that, like, your 100%. And if that's not there, if there's no
exactly.
real choreography that has been like, has been practiced, if there has been no real, I guess, what's the word, there's no real preparation behind all of this despait all of you saying that you are prepping for this. If this is your
Hmm.
best, give me back my money. If
Giving
this
back
is
exactly.
what you
Yeah.
tell me is your best, I want my money back. I want that refunded.
Exactly. Like we know you at your worst. If
Yeah.
that's your best, then holy shit.
Like, I would have given, like, considering that they had the AR live and a lot of
Hmm.
people were pretty disappointed in that anyways.
Hmm.
And then we have this concert. Homie, I would
Hmm.
expect you to take the criticism from the first time and improve even more from that. That's the whole point of criticism, is that you take that feedback and you improve on it. The most that was improved was the fact that some of the ones who actually, are like feel like they do belong on the stage and do want to have that kind of idol life, they actually are, resonating with
Hmm.
the audience. They actually are doing crowd work on stage. There is some sort of presence among them. They're doing their job. The rest
Exactly.
of you, if you pushed a little bit harder and maybe, like, I don't know, put more effort into what you were performing, yeah, I'd be psyched. I'd be like, wow, that was really good. Not a huge fan of the company, probably not a huge fan of a lot of you guys as individuals either, but like, that was pretty good overall. I'd give that at least a 7. I'm giving this at least like a
I'm
3.
good. Yeah. I mean, it's because it reflects, right?
Yeah.
Because, like, as far as we know, internally, Ninja Sanji, much like their stock market, is not doing really good.
Yeah.
So everything will reflect on their project.
Yeah.
That's yeah. It- there's a saying in Portuguese that translating would be, uh, uh, oh, I forgot how the saying goes actually. But what I'm trying to say is, if behind closed doors you're not going good, you are not going to do good in public. So,
Yeah, exactly. That's a very
you
good saying,
know,
actually.
right? Yeah. So, like, yeah. If you have problems that, one, you avoid trying to fix, or three, directly contribute to make them worse, yeah, of course your projects will flop,
Mm.
because, like, your talents are being mistreated. Like, do
Yeah.
you really think they're gonna give their? Of course, they will do it for their respective audiences,
Mm.
but they still have it on the back of my mind, like, they were not gonna give their blood and tears
Yeah.
for a company that does not care about them,
Yeah. Which,
right?
fair enough. Nobody would. And if you think you are, you
Yeah,
shouldn't.
you shouldn't. Exactly, exactly. You should not.
But yeah, I think the other point as well, the hilarious part that came out of it, this was like months before the actual concert itself when they were promoting it,
Hmm.
was that the poster came out and everybody's immediate thoughts was, guess who's already there in the poster? Alira for 1 and Vox for number 2.
The golden people, the golden
Yeah, the
boys.
golden boy and the golden girl. Well, not even, I don't wouldn't even
Exactly.
call her golden girl because
No.
she's more or less just, I don't know, she's like been slapped underneath a bus and she's stuck there forever. Not even under the bus. She's on the front of it and she's being forced to do all these things.
Yeah.
And it's not even like getting appreciated for it. She's got like window wipers and flies running into her mouth. Like it's that
Yeah.
bad, but she's on full display. It's heinous. It's really bad. And she's putting
I'm pretty
herself through all
sure.
of this. And it's like, girl, like I'll
Exactly.
admit it, yeah, we were all pretty pissed off at you for what you did during that black screen. But have some self-respect for yourself, girl. Like, come on.
Yeah.
No. This is not
Yeah.
worth putting yourself on display for. You could have just said no and left.
Exactly.
Fuck
And
having
that's
no
probably would be the
job. You'd be better off without a job in the company, honestly.
that would be the best course of action. Hi, Luke. Welcome to the stream.
Hello,
Welcome to
Luke.
the podcast. And I would say too, like, I have not seen any kind of announcement, because that's the thing, right?
Mm,
Every project, every merch project, every collab, every single thing that Nisha Sanji does, Elira is there.
yeah,
But, like, she doesn't have a online presence anymore. Understandably, but, like, at least try.
yeah.
Like, she knows, and, like, Vox, her, and Ike, they know
Mm,
that if they leave Nisha Sanji, they're not gonna have an audience anymore. They
yeah.
know that. So, like, at least try to be active.
Yeah,
The only place
you
where you can
literally
work, right?
sacrificed yourself to the wolves to
Reputation.
stay here to do all this, so you might as well. You've
Yes.
got no other
Like,
option now.
even if they were like, oh, the company forced them to do it, which I doubt. I think they did that from their own volition.
Yeah.
But even if that's the case, what can we say? Is a cautionary tale. You literally destroyed your reputation, to leak your company's boots,
Yeah.
and now you're not like, I'm being it. Oh, no, right? This is crazy. Exactly, Rod. I agree.
Uh,
Agree as well. Honestly, in my book, they got off the hook really well because like what all they needed to do was stop streaming and stop posting, basically go into hiding for a little bit, and people are not talking about them anymore.
yeah.
They got off the hook like very fairly okay in my opinion. But yeah,
Mm.
I agree.
But yes, it's a bit crazy. Was not surprised when the concert was announced and they were like, "Oh, Alira and Vox is going to be there," and I was like, "They're literally dead front and center. Everybody else
Yes.
on the poster are all in the back. They're right up front, and it's very concerning." But I would it just no. It was kind of
Hmm.
a mid concert. I will say it's like a 4 out of 10. And I say 4 because literally only what? Rosemi, Mari, Ren, and Sunny are the ones deserving of those points. Anna is great as a
Carry the
singer,
show.
but because she's so controversial to have on stage in general because of her comments that she said in the past,
Uh-huh.
and the association of her with the rest of the Etheria girls and what's going on there, and also that whole ordeal of the whole witch hunt that happened and whatnot, it's very
Uh-huh.
50-50 with her. It's very
Yes.
much you could fuck this up at any point, and you have done
At
so
any
in the
point.
past as well, and it's a bit of a worry. So I
Yeah.
will not be giving out pity points.
Yeah, on her defense, Anna has a angelical voice,
Yeah,
but that's about it.
yeah. In the sense of like critiquing the concert as a whole based
Yes.
on vocals, I would give it at least a 6 because roughly most of them who are on stage can all sing. Vox has been learning how to sing, but I wouldn't say that he knows exactly where his vocal range is at present. It's more or less he's shoved up there because we said so.
No, Macaron, I fully commend you for, sitting through that. If I was watching like anything and Vox showed up in my screen, I would just fucking rage quit. So I commend you for that.
I'll be honest, when he like started yelling on stage and like talking about like, I hope you're all ready for the concert, I was regurgitated. I was like, homie,
uh,
he does that like annoying voice of his
oh, I hate. Yeah.
where it's
Look.
like it's him purposely shouting like aggressively. Like it's with purpose, by the way. I say that with purpose because there are people
Hmm.
who shout aggressively and it's like it's just there. It's just in their vocal range. Whereas like it's
Uh
forced
huh.
sometimes. He does the forced kind of aggressive like yelling out to the
Yeah.
crowd. And it just irked me. And I was so annoyed. I was like, just this I hate listening to you because all I can think of is he has a manipulative voice. What?
Oh, the fucking
What?
manipulator.
Are
Man,
you
that
kidding
was just
me? That's crazy.
man. February 2023 was an event. Honestly,
That's
it was
crazy.
like
You're coming out
we
here and
learned.
telling me that you could
Yeah,
tell when this man has a manipulative voice and you're just gonna let that slide? What?
you don't think
Crazy.
there's any
Ain't no
problems with
way.
that?
Yeah, you don't think there's anything wrong with that? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Uh,
Wild. But whatever. Yeah, no. The crowd work, it was okay. It wasn't great. Him being front and center and announcing everything as
mhm.
the golden boy leader that Niji Sanji has pinned him as, even though he's absolutely not deserving of that. Just no. Mm-mm. No,
Yes.
I almost regurgitated. I almost, like, spewed. I
Yeah, no,
almost
I
was
commend you
like,
for sitting through
"Fuck
that.
this." I was literally, like, had to calm myself down when I saw, like, Sunny and Mari, because I was like, Aussie crew, love the Aussie crew. They're fine. They're perfectly okay. There's
This
been nothing controversial on their plates. Rosemi, I was like, "Oh my gosh, Flower Girl is on stage. Look at her go."
what was in me? I love
Yeah,
Rosemi.
well,
I love Rosemi.
Demi. And then, like, right next to Mari, when they were on stage was Vox, and I was like, "Ugh, can we get this
Like,
over
ew.
with?" Yeah, I was like,
Ew,
"Can we get
ew.
this over with? Can we move on?"
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Carly there?
I don't No, I don't think so.
Yeah. God damn, I love Scarlet too. Scarlet is a really good streamer. Like, I think one of the most iconic streams that can come out from the VTuber industry
Mm,
would be a Scarlet Yonaguni and Nerissa Ravencroft collab.
mm.
That would be like one of the best things the VTuber industry can make. Like, and when that's happened, because I really hope it does, it's like she could like break the internet.
I feel just if there was more opportunity to allow more of them on stage and to get promoted and, like, to actually make it, like, a real full-on, like, Niji Fest concert with not just, like, a couple
Hmm.
of members, but, like, everybody on stage, that actually would have been worth the watch. But,
Yes.
just you nitpicked and you chose a couple of them that personally I wouldn't pick to go on stage anyways because just no. they're not
Yeah,
they're not
exactly.
great for, like I said, when it comes to people performing on stage and being at a concert, you want your money being worthwhile. And for
Mhm.
some people, like, valuing your money and how much you spend and, like, what that's worth, like, it's obviously always personal. But in the general sense of it all, if you're going to attend a concert, it should, there are concerts of where people should be doing a lot of crowd work, there should be a lot of stage presence
Yeah.
on your part as well. There should be, something worth seeing. Otherwise, it
Mhm,
turns
mhm.
into an incident, and I hate to drop this on everybody, but otherwise it turns into the same incident we had a couple years ago with Blackpink and their concerts. I'm just saying.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh,
That
drama.
was yeah, that whole drama was really, really bad. Because what do you mean there's like 3, 4 concerts consecutively where most of the Blackpink members don't even look like they want to even be on stage, and people are questioning the price of their own tickets. You don't
Ooh.
want to
That
ever allow a crowd of
mm.
people to go online and ask themselves, like, "I don't think this like, do you think this concert is worth it?" You should be able to go there and enjoy yourself, but if you're not feeling any enjoyment resonating off the stage, what's the point?
Exactly. That's the point, right? Exactly.
Ugh.
Oh, Rod has a question. Have Nisha and Hollow ever collided before?
They have a couple
Uh,
times.
they have. It's pretty rare. And it happened a really weird time frame because for the most time, like the longest time, they didn't because there was kind of a turf war going on with the audiences. So they chose not to do collabs, to avoid, you know, people being shitty.
Mm.
But I believe they did a couple of times, but it was by the end of 2022, and then 2023 happened. So yeah, it did
Uh,
happen in a very specific pocket of time, and I think
2022
they
was
also
easy, and then we got to
it was
here.
easy. Then we got, yeah, and then 2023 happened.
Yeah.
The long ago times, exactly. I think they also collab. Like if there's like a third party collab, like a big event. Sometimes they have Hololive and Nishi Sanji livers there. Like for example, there was the like a game event, like the Tekken event or like Marvel Rivals. I'm pretty sure the Tekken event there was Vivi Bright Shield when she was still with Ninja Sanji, and I think there were like Regis out there. I think Regis from Hollow Stars was on that thing as well.
Literally though,
So that
such a
mhm.
tragic kinda outcome. Sorry, like, just bumping into this, like, whole hollow thing and
Yeah,
Niji
go
thing.
ahead.
But, like,
Go ahead.
tragically so sad for Vivi to end up leaving.
Uh okay. I think it's really sad that she left,
Mm.
but in retrospect, she got in, to hang out with her Oshis, and her
Yeah.
Oshis literally graduated before she debuted.
Yeah,
So,
that was
you
already
know,
tragic, and then to
that
be
was already
hopeful as
tragic.
well for her to be
Yeah.
allowed to do all these like, the NBA event that she really was excited to do and then was
The
told that she
NBA,
wasn't
oh,
invited to,
that broke my heart. The NBA, that broke my heart.
that's
Which is
fucked up.
like, yeah, like if you're going, and this is like my vision as an agency VTuber owner.
Mm.
If I own an agency and I'm going to collab with a big brand or like something that's really big, like that, for example, One Piece, like
Yeah.
Hololive did, I would go through my roster of talent. If there's like spots for a lot of people, and I would try to gauge or gauge, I don't know how to speak in English, but like I'll try to gauge which talents would not only make sense with the collab but also wants to participate in the collab, because I know for sure some people in that collab does not fucking care about
Oh, yeah, for
basketball,
sure.
right? So why not swap them out with someone that do care about Gage's taking
Like,
right?
the only
So
reason
yeah,
why I understand who they chose is literally because of
numbers,
branding and numbers, yeah.
numbers,
Numbers
yeah,
and branding based on popularity and all that jazz, which, yeah, sure,
uh-huh,
whatever. I get that. But also at the same time, if you once again, and that event did consist of a lot of people,
mm-hmm,
if there's a lot of people who, don't want to be in there, just swap them out with the people who do want to be there. And also, it shouldn't matter about numbers. Your brand alone, as one of the biggest VTubing companies in Japan, should be enough for
mm-hmm,
you to be able to promote yourself without having to rely on individual numbers of individual talents. Your brand is basically like what should be causing you to, have a successful collab. If the
mm-hmm,
any color brand is so shitty to the point of where you're relying on individual talents and their numbers to have a successful collab, that's a big
uh-huh,
problem. Cause what the
yes,
fuck do you mean the brand isn't doing well? It's your company. Do
yeah.
a better job. Oh my gosh.
Fix it.
Yeah,
It's our
fix
job
it.
to
It's
fix
literally your job to fix it. Oh.
it.
All I'm hearing is stupid, stupid, just people
Yeah,
who just don't know what they're doing. It's like running management all over again in work. Oh my gosh.
exactly. And like, I'm not saying that when you go for the branding and the numbers, it doesn't work.
Mm.
Like, for example, the Dodgers collaboration between Hololive and the Dodgers team. It was Gura, Pekora, and Suisei, which for the longest of time were like the top three in numbers in
Yeah.
Hololive. Back when Gura streamed more than once a semester, but that's another conversation. But it worked. It worked well. It's and out of the way that Gura now is basically a symbol for the Dodgers. Like, I know a lot of people saying, "Oh, my dad went to the Dodgers game with Hololive. They won that game, and my dad bought like a Gura shirt that he's always going to wear on Dodgers game because it brings luck now. Because every time, because they won the game,
Mm.
and it's working. That's how you work on a brand."
Yeah.
And yeah. And I don't know actually what was the NBA thing. They're just gonna like wear shirts with the talents. What was going to happen there? I don't remember.
I don't
I don't
even
remember.
remember. I just remember it was an NBA collab. They all had their own designated teams, which some of them, I'll
Yeah.
admit, made sense, and then other ones based on color scheme, I was like, that makes no sense. Why would you pick that team for that? Whatever. Who cares?
Oh,
What do
don't
I
even don't
know?
even get them started on on color scheme. I have the biggest pet peeve ever because every event from Hololive, Mume gets the light green, or I think the on Holofest is going to be orange for some fucking reason. I really think I don't know what's with Mume and Hololive about colors that Mume never have a
Mm.
color
You
that
know,
of course now. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry,
no, you keep
I just
going, you
went
keep
back to you.
going.
It's because light green basically became associated with Mume, so a lot of stuff that came after Holofest was painting her stuff with light green.
Cause it's like a
Yeah,
mint kind
because
of green, isn't it?
yeah, it's a light minty green,
Yeah.
which makes a little bit of her design has that color. And I understand that, like Rod saying, bog standard beige. It's hard to put that on a light pen on on or mentor dyes. I understand that's a hard color to work with.
Mm.
So that's why they went with light green for the majority of the time. Light blue, like it was, yeah, kind of like blue green type of combination. But now on the next Hall of Fest, instead of keeping the light green that was basically Mume's color, it's going to be like orange or something else, which has nothing to do with her design. Now that's my pet peeve. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
You know, okay, just make it brown. I guess just make it brown. You know,
Yeah.
sorry.
No, you're all
It's
good.
just
It
because
just that actually like does
it,
ick me too. It annoys me because it's like there are so many things you could do. Why are you not doing
it is.
them?
Yeah, it's annoying because it's only Mume, because every other Hololive talent has a definitive color that is on her design. So it's just to Mume, and that pisses me off.
Okay, but here's my
Uh,
issue with this whole NBA collab when it came out, right?
go ahead, sorry.
My
Yeah, yeah,
biggest
yeah, yeah.
issue was that it's NBA, which, as we know, is the National Basketball Association,
Association, yeah.
which mostly is based in the US because a majority of the teams are
Oh,
American teams.
I know where you're going with this.
Why? Tell me why is a Japanese company promoting an American brand?
Well, makes sense because they do have an English brand, right? But the problem
Yeah,
is
but a
they
majority
had
of them weren't even.
Japanese. Yeah, they had
Why?
Japanese talent on the end. Like what? Like if you're using your entire roster, right, of
Hmm.
English, and you still have teams to go, then sure, you can get some of the JP. But if you are purposefully leaving some of the English talents out of that collab and then have JP talents instead, it's actually mind-boggling. It feels like
Yeah.
targeting. You feel like, you know what? You don't have the numbers, so you don't get to participate in this. That's crazy to me. That's crazy.
Well, this is
And
the
yeah,
other
I
crazy
feel
thing to me too, is that on the front page, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 members of all of Nijisanji, of all of any color on the front. 2 of them
mm-hmm,
are from JP.
mm-hmm.
What the fuck is happening here? There are 30 basketball teams in the NBA. Why do you only have how many is this? 5. Why do you only have 10 for one for starters on the front? And number 2, why was there not given an opportunity for more talents to be involved in this collaboration when there are 30 fucking teams? Come on. You had a shot and you
Exactly.
could have just used it, but you chose not to. Oh my gosh.
Exactly. It's insane. It's insane.
Okay, point 2. Point 2. Back to colors. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna just like, so I'm gonna like describe this to all of you because you can look it up yourselves anyway. So first up, first team is obviously Vox Doi. Chicago
Base.
Bulls makes sense. Goes with this color palette. Chicago Bulls is red and black.
Yes.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
makes sense. Next to him is Uki, who has Milwaukee as his team, but Milwaukee is green. Uki is
Oh
purple.
yeah, he's purple. Literally, Violetta is in his name.
Yeah, Violetta. The color is in his name, and you gave him green? I'm
Yeah,
sorry. Make
yeah.
that make sense to me. Why does he look like the most casual and out of place thus far, by the way? Thus far, there's still more to go. Like,
Mhm.
we're only at member 2, and it's just an average Joe.
Exactly.
It's
Literally,
just
right?
an average Joe on the front. No color association. I don't even know if Uki even likes basketball. Like,
I
like
doubt that he likes basketball. Yuki Violetta is the type of okay. I don't wanna.
like not to
I don't want.
not to assume, but like at the same time, based on the people they picked, a majority of them don't look like they're basketball fans, anyways. And number two,
Uh,
if you were
mhm.
a fan of the NBA, Milwaukee Bucks is definitely not one of the picks you would make. Nobody I know when it comes to NBA even likes the Milwaukee Bucks.
I
Oh,
don't think Yuki Violetta likes basketball because there's white people in basketball, and he has
crazy.
problems with that. But yeah, but yeah. And also you just remind me why I also have a problem with Vox is because he took my colors like red and
We
black.
did
They're
talk about this,
mine,
yeah,
my
we did talk
rights.
about this.
So like you know what, Niji-san, if you're hearing this, I would work better with those colors. Just let you know.
Well, this is the thing as
I
well. We talked about this last time at the end of last stream when we were going through. By the way,
hmm
for those who don't know this, if you actually go to the Niji Sanji website to look at the talents, you can filter it to who has the most subscribers. You want to guess who's at the top? Crazy. Why is that a filter
That's
suggestion?
crazy. That's crazy.
What
Why?
do you
Yeah. Why?
mean?
Like, even from like a audience standpoint, what difference does it make? Because that's literally telling you, hey, these are the ones people are watching. Go watch them. Fuck the others,
No, yeah,
right?
that's literally what it
That's
is.
basically that's basically what it
Which,
is.
like, once again, coming full circle to why is that one of the filters? Hollow doesn't even use that filter. It's literally
Yeah,
just based on
yeah.
like names or like who debuted first. That's it. Those are the
It's
only
created in Gens. Yeah,
suggestions.
yeah.
What the
Is debut
fuck?
art.
Oh my goodness. That's no, that's crazy. That's weird. Why would you do something like that? But yeah, like last time when we were talking about the color schemes and like the the rankings, which is wild. We were talking about
hmm
Vox and his design. Great design, by the way. His base design really good. The
Yeah,
person
yeah.
behind it is the problem.
Yes,
And what he has become is also a big issue. Just
allegedly.
yeah, just yeah,
Just don't want to get
we
sued.
have to shove the allegedly bar on it at present, but like still simultaneously at the same time with the way that he acts and the attitude and like his response to a lot of issues and whatnot, and
Mhm.
not really taking accountability for a lot of stuff that happens. Tragic that a really good design is occupied by someone who has a really bad personality.
Mhm.
Like that's actually sad. But anyways, moving on to what is his name? He's from JP. He's part of the Kroner or whatever.
Oh, I is that
Kanai?
Oda? Kunai? No,
Kunai?
Kunai was
Kanai.
a
Kanai.
Kunai. Yeah, because Kunai was another YouTuber that graduated
Yeah.
from English brand. Yeah.
Her yeah, has Detroit Pistons. His by the way, his color scheme is mostly black and gray. He's wearing blue and red.
hmm
Blue, red, and white. Look, he's wearing Patriot colors.
Red, white, and blue.
Yeah,
America. America
America.
mentioned.
Yeah, America mentioned.
America. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny. Why?
Oh.
The more more we talk about this, the more I laugh because it's just funny.
Okay, moving on. Granted, the way his outfit is not too bad. Like, not a bad design, but once again, not really like the colors that go with
Uh-huh.
his scheme. And also, any color's whole shtick is that everybody has like an individual color associated with them.
Mhm.
Why did you
Exact.
not
Oh.
pick? What? Who decided this?
Yeah. Yeah.
Who
To be
thought
honest, Ninja
this is a great
Sanji
idea?
Ninja Sanji has some really good designs, to be honest.
Oh yeah, they have great
But yeah.
designs, but also simultaneously, when it comes to promoting said designs, it's like you're picking the wrong
Yeah.
people. You have set colors for a reason. Are we just gonna discard that? Are we just gonna push that to the side and say, no, that's not real? That's not a thing. What? Excuse me? You like hype up all this stuff. It's literally in your company's name. What do you
Yeah.
mean? Oh, whatever. Anyways, moving on to I can't even remember who this is, but he's like got white hair and he's got like a purple streak going through it. His billboard when me and my sister were in Yokohama was
Uh-huh.
everywhere. They were like promoting some
Ah.
Christmas event for Niji Sanji, and I remember seeing it on this giant mall in Yokohama, and I was like, "That's crazy! Never thought I'd see that in person. Wild."
Ninja Sanji JP is like really big. Like really,
Oh
really big
yeah, they're
in Japan.
huge. You go to any animate store in Japan and Hololive barely has a shelf. There's like barely a section for Hololive. You know who does have a giant section? Niji Sanji. And
That's
that's
crazy.
wild. That's actually
That's
crazy.
crazy. Speaking of, I just remembered. Now actually, my mind just returned into it. Didn't you bought a figurine for me
I
in Japan?
did. I was actually gonna talk about this. I was like, I need to get this delivered to you. I need to get yours and Lowe's stuff delivered. Because I
Based.
sent Gumi stuff already, and he loved it.
Uh-huh.
I still have your stuff and Loaf stuff. The only reason why I couldn't send Loaf stuff was because Canada was on a strike, and it's finished now, so I can actually send it to him. And then for you,
Based.
it's like, oh, I just keep forgetting that I have this thing.
Oh, 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 did you hear that, chat? Okay.
It's on
Oh,
my
oh, okay.
couch. It's literally sitting on my couch in my living room. It's just sitting there. And mom and dad just like walk past it, forgetting it's there. And I'm like, oh, well.
It's okay. I'm not like putting you in a spot or anything. It's just because I just remembered. It's because you mentioned Japan.
Don't
I was like, oh
worry, I
wait.
just remembered too. So like whenever you're ready to send me information to get it over to you, by all means, I'll get that thing wrapped and sent. It's gotta go.
Yay.
Cause I'm like,
No, it's
I've
okay.
been what's also funny as well? We're like jumping from topic to topic. That's the whole
As
entire
we
podcast,
always
guys.
do.
Yeah, that's the whole podcast. If you're new
Yeah.
here, that's what we do. Um, that like the funny thing about the figurine
hmm
itself. Well, also just talking about Japan in general. So a lot of people I haven't seen for like what 2-3 months. I've been home for like 2-3 months. So I see them and
Uh-huh.
they're like, "Oh, like where have you been? What have you been up to?" And I'm like, "Oh yeah, I just got back from Japan." I didn't just get back from Japan. I've been home for like
It's
2 months.
been
It's
months.
just like that's the most significant thing that happened to me. Nothing else happened.
Oh,
I still
I
I
see what
still
you.
think about Japan. It's still fresh in my mind.
I mean, it was a good trip to
It
be
was a
honest. So
very
that
good
makes.
trip. I was very happy to be there. Especially Korea was also an amazing experience. Also, thank you for the stretch, Hylian.
That'll be
Ah!
great.
But yeah, no, definitely it was really good. Also, going back to the topic of Hollow
hmm
Live, because I did mention this to the boys when I was in Japan. But to anybody else who's a big fan of Hollow Live, check who you're standing because if you go to Japan, for some reason, there is no EN merch. There is only
Oh
JP.
yeah, I remember you talking about it.
Oh,
Uh, God damn it.
I'm not even kidding you. I went to 5 different Animate stores because Animate is all over Japan, specifically in Tokyo as well. None of
Uh-huh.
them had any EN merch. Not a single drop of it. And I was like, what's happening? This okay, cool. I guess we don't talk about EN in Japan, I guess.
I guess they hate. I guess they hate. Yeah. No, it's
Yeah.
not the case. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Well, cause when you guys were
Uh,
like, "Oh, yeah, like, if you find any Hololive merch, like, I'll take that," and I was like, "Okay, cool, I'll look around for Hololive
mhm.
merch," and I was like, "These are all JP members. There's no EN members here at all." And I was like, "I could get Suze, but, like Sume, but I was like, I don't
Mhm.
know if, like, if you both want that, if you both want to have Sume." 'Cause by the way,
I
I
mean,
was the reason why as well for everybody context, I was looking around
mhm.
because Colin is a fan of Hololive as well as Gumi is a little bit of a fan of Hololive as well. Like, he's more casual about it than Colin. But
I'm a diehard fan of
yeah,
Hololive.
there's a big difference between the diehard and the casual, and one is the diehard who honestly, now that I think about it, I could have just grabbed you anything and you would have been satisfied. And then
I would, honestly, I would.
but
Like
yeah.
every time I meet Gumi, I'll be like, "Hey, Gumi, name me the 68 Hololive VTubers right now. All of them.
You
Name them right
trivia
now."
him, he'd
I
burst.
don't. I
He'd
don't. I
actually
don't.
break. Don't break it. I still need him.
Like I really want to do you know when people were doing the trend of like, oh, name 100 women.
Oh,
For
I remember that.
me,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
remember that? For me, it's like name 30 women because I know 68 from the top of my head.
That's crazy. That's wild.
I just need to go, gen by gen, and all of them have like 5 or 4. Like, I can make this work.
At the top of my head, just thinking about it now,
Uh
I
huh.
could probably name probably aside
Hmm.
from my sisters and my mother and my grandmother, I could probably name about, like, maybe 17 other women. That's, like, from
Really?
that's, like, the top of my head, by the way. That's just a general number. If I were to actually start saying names, it'd probably be a little bit more than that.
Yeah, yeah. That's right. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. But, like, just from the top of my head from what I'm thinking right now, like, for example, Girls' Generation, there's 9 members in there. I can name all 9 members. Red Velvet, 5 members. I can name all of them.
There you
Um,
go.
who else is there? There's Hyuna, who we don't really talk about anymore because she's a bit of a problem. Uh, um,
Ah, don't talk about her
she
anymore.
married a guy who was in association with the Burning Sun. Story for another time, but it's not very good.
What?
Yeah.
The burning sun from World War II?
No, 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 no. The Burning Sun, as in the club, the club that was participating in human trafficking in
Oh,
Korea.
I heard about that too. Oh,
Yeah.
I confused the morning sun with the burning sun. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
he was involved with that shit, and she married him, so yeah.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, she wasn't, like, really upset about it either. She was like, "It's love, like, what we have," and I was like, "Girlie, it's not love. Literally, the dude who you are married to is, like, associated with all these crimes, with sexually assaulting a bunch of women and, pornographic videos being sent in between all these group chats, but okay.
That
I guess we're just gonna pretend like he didn't do any of that, but whatever."
that's sad.
Yeah, support who you wanna support, I guess. I could probably name, like, a couple of members from Niji and maybe Hollow, like Mume, for example.
Based,
Sume.
based. Who is Sume? There's no Sume in
Am I getting
Love
your
Live.
name wrong?
I think it's Suisei.
Suisei.
Suisei. There you
It
go.
is Suisei.
Uh,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. What was that? Sume.
you s-
Whatever.
you said a couple of times. I was like, there's nobody named that. Don't
Okay, okay. Hollow Live
lie.
Geek, whatever.
Okay, I'm a little bit of a nerd, chat.
Uh,
To be honest, I think I would struggle with like the JP names because I know them.
mm.
Like if they show me a picture, I know who they are, but I'm really bad at names,
I'd
so
show you a
no,
picture
it's
and
for
you'd
you
be like,
guys.
oh yeah, huh?
Oh
And
yeah,
that'd be the
her.
end of that
Yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
Yeah, huh?
I know that person.
Oh, like who else was there? Oh yeah, there was Hyuna. There is what is her name? This is what I mean. I could say that I can
Hmm.
name people, but like I get mind blanked. That's the
I
worst
do. I
part.
do that shit.
Like
I
you
do
could
that shit.
you could like right now name me all 68 Hollow Live people who you
Oh
know.
fuck.
That's what I'm
Okay, okay.
saying.
Let me start. Let me go. Yeah, yeah. It'll take a while. It'll take a while for mine out because like because ID has very few members. I
Mhm.
remember them all. I know Ian because I watch them basically every single minute of my life. But
Yeah.
then JP, they have a lot of JP. Like JP has a lot of gens, and also I think it's more than 68 because there's a second flow glow gen. So there's probably more than 68.
He's gonna
So
get
yeah,
to like 100 soon. It's it's
it was
gonna
like
happen.
hell yeah. Pretty sure Ninja Sanji passed 100
I
talents in their
think
band.
so. There's a lot considering they
Crazy.
were pumping them out every single month at that point.
And there's a new one coming out, a new
Yeah, the
boy group.
boys.
A new boy group. I wonder who they are. Because the track record, it's not going
It's
good, guys.
not great. It's really not great because the
Good,
worst part
good, good.
too is when a new gen is released and it's usually with the boys as well, which like is sad but also like simultaneously at the same time better that we know now
Mm-hmm.
rather than later on is that
Mm-hmm.
there's always controversy that gets dug up before they've even debuted.
Yes, which yeah, which
Oh,
it is what it is.
it is. It is what it is. Now, if you asked me to name 100 guys, I probably could. Like straight up, I
That makes
probably
sense.
could.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Like
I can see
especially
that. I can see that.
considering, for example, straight up off the bat, EXO used to have 12 members. So that's already
It's a lot of people.
yeah, that's already 10. GOT7 has 7 members. NCT has 25 members now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah, 25. I think yeah, with the addition of NCT Wish,
That's
there's 25 members in NCT.
25 members in one group.
I mean, when you think about AKB48, there's like hundreds of them, so
Okay, but yeah, but that does that count though? Does that count?
I mean, kind of. It's a similar situation. So, for example, Exile, who are a
Uh-huh.
similar case to AKB48,
Uh-huh.
just there's a bunch of subunits that are part of Exile as a whole, but they're not called Exile, they're called something else. Same thing
I
for
see.
NCT. There's 25 members in NCT in general, but there are different subunits that each of the members are part of, and then there's NCTU, which is a kind of music unit thing where
Mhm.
like there's like so obviously each group has their designated members and then NCTU is the one unit that doesn't have designated members because the members get swapped out from time to time to promote a new song,
Mhm.
which
Mhm.
is really interesting honestly in my opinion. But yeah, that's 25 members. So 25 plus 12 plus 7 plus probably 9? I think. Who's the 9 who I'm
That's a
thinking
lot of
of?
people.
There's a group that has 9 members that I actually can name. Oh, there's also 17, which has like 13 members. So I can name them as well. Oh, and Super Junior, who also has 15 members. So yeah, you know what?
Damn.
I'll get to 100 in no
Oh
time.
yeah, you're over 100 at this point.
Yeah, I'll get to 100 in no time.
Also,
Oh.
also, I just want to let you guys know that there is an attempt to scam me live
Huh?
on my Twitter right now. Do you know that one scam that was going around Twitter?
No?
Let me show you. Let me how do I make Twitter messages like its own web page? How do I do that? Is there a way to do that?
I'm reposting this. Rod, if you're still here, thank you for this.
What?
Go
Bro, dude,
go to
what?
my Twitter. Go to my Twitter right now.
Oh Christ. Okay, let me get you Macaron.
Oh.
Macaron DM. Ah, that's so
Oh. Look,
good.
if I get slacked for this, that's fine. That's completely fine. I don't care. Because honestly, that means that
It's
I can have a
hilarious.
genuine conversation with people as to how to improve these concepts. Because there needs to be a lot of improvement on
True.
Niji's side. I'm fine with having that
And
conversation.
and you would know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had my fair share of concerts. I know what to expect from a concert, and I know for a
Literally.
fact that it should start with a bang. That didn't start with a bang. If I'm 100% honest, it
It
didn't start out that
literally
way.
is. It did not start out that way.
But anyways, to the scam. What is the scam?
So it's a scam that let me also stream on Discord one second. Share screen. And I don't know if you guys will be able to see it
Mhm.
because it's like the messages. So, but it's I think this account got hacked. It's someone that's also like an affiliate VTuber,
I can hear
and they're
you.
like, "Hi, do you have a? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you double.
Oh, it's because I'm streaming on Discord.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
Mute
It's okay.
the
I
Discord.
muted you.
Okay, fantastic. So, hi, do you have a second? I have something important to share, so please don't be mad and take this seriously. I was like, huh? I'm streaming right now. Everything good? Please go ahead. And this is the block of text. I need to hear you. La, 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 la. I reported your ex account instead of someone else's. I'm the one who reported you accidentally. I got panicked and lost control of the situation. It's not good because it was quite alarming, and I told so la 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 la. Basically, they're telling you they reported my account and I can lose my account. So they want me to contact this person, which I assume is the scammer, and
Huh.
basically they will try to take over my account. And so don't fall for that, guys. I'm
What
gonna save this
the
person.
what
I'm
the
gonna miss
fuck?
Ryan. Oh, that account doesn't exist at the moment. That's Oh, that is a
It's a Discord.
Discord
It's a
ID.
Discord
Oh
ID.
hell yeah, hell yeah, Chad. Let's go into an adventure, Chad. Chats.
You know what this reminds me of?
We
So there's
what?
a series called Scam-A-Lot, and it's about this
Mm-hmm.
guy who at one point in his life was getting a lot of scam emails. And he at one point was ignoring them, and then he was like, "What happens if I respond?" And he starts responding to them, and he has like
Uh
these
huh.
genuinely funny conversations with these scammers who are trying to get money out of him. And
Uh huh.
oh, it's actually so funny. Hold on, let me
Okay.
see if I can find it for everybody
Hello.
while you talk to the scammer.
I'll talk to the scammer right now.
Hello.
Hello. Um. Apparently. Sorry, chat. This is the entire podcast now. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. It's gonna be yeah.
No, we could talk about something else while we were talking to the scammer. Apparently, someone reported my ex account. Can you help? And I'll do the two fingers. Bam. Bam. There you go. This is a very authentic message. You guys received that? That means business.
Oh, that's actually so funny. Oh, can you help me, pretty please?
Can you help me, please? I'm gonna type
Oh,
it down, please.
pretty please. Oh, that's actually so funny. Homie's gonna be like, who the fuck is this?
Who the fuck is this? Rod Trend. I think this is an AI generated image as well. I think.
That does.
Senior protection custody at X. I see. Cybersecurity professional with a passion for problem solving and leadership. This is the face of business chat.
Oh, speaking of scamming, right?
Yeah.
So you know
It's
how
regular.
when it
Yeah.
comes to like art commissions on Twitter and whatnot.
Oh, yeah, I got one yesterday. Yes.
So I don't know if you saw my tweet, but I had tweeted out, well, had quoted a tweet about there's a manga out there called Veil, and I love the art style for it. It's like beautiful, and I had said to Gumi that I wanted fan art of him and I like inspired by it, and he was like, "Yeah, go for it." And I found it again on my feed, and I was like, "I'm gonna post about it." And then I did, and you wanna know what the funniest thing is? Immediately flooding
What?
into the comments and into my likes and even onto my DMs and on Discord, a bunch of scam artists coming in telling me to DM them so that they could be the ones to do the commission, and I was like, "No."
That's crazy.
No.
If you use the word commission, it's over.
No, literally it is, because it ends up digging out a lot of people who are like that. Maybe some of them are real, but maybe like a very good portion of them, because I went through their accounts, were like obviously like scam accounts, and I was like, no. Like I probably I think I don't know. Maybe you mean well in another universe, but like right now, I'm not buying. Sorry.
Yeah.
Oh, he responded. He responded.
You did. Let me show on screen. Greetings. This is support. Oh, I love this here. Watch out for stolen accounts. Unexpected ask with unusual urgency may be a sign of stolen accounts. Stay vigilant. So probably the account got flagged already.
Thanks, Discord.
Kindly provide. Yeah, kindly provide the request number. Sure. And also I'm getting scammed called. Holy fucking, what the fuck is happening?
Scam code.
Yeah, somebody, you know when a number calls your number and like a red thing says, "Oh, this is probably a scam."
Yeah.
My cell phone has that. Yeah, I just got called. Okay, let me see if the guy provided any kind of thing or What's the request number? Okay, let me. Jesus Christ.
Is there even a
I don't think they send a request number. Like,
well,
sir,
failure number 1.
I was not informed of a request number. But, however, I received this image. I feel sorry. If the actual shamanic wolf, if you're hearing me, I hope you get your account back, buddy. The guy that messaged me.
Yeah.
Absolutely, he got hacked. I'm so sorry.
For sure.
I think there's the number of the request on the image. Is request 405-57035.
Okay, in the
It's a
meantime,
big request number.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah, go
giant
ahead, sorry,
request number.
I just.
Hey, in the meantime, here's an example
there you go.
of
Solomon. I was like, Solomon, hello.
Of Scam-A-Lot.
About some gold. Here's what happened. Hello, James.
Let me
I
see.
have an interesting business proposal I want to share with you, Solomon. I was like, Solomon, your email intrigues me. Go
Oh,
on.
you're showing on
Go
your
on.
your
He
oh,
said,
you're
"Dear
showing on
James,
your
we shall
Twitter
share
Yeah.
chat.
gold to you. You will earn 10% of any gold you distribute."
Let me pull that out.
So I knew I was in safe hands. I said, "How much is it worth?" He said, "We will start with a smaller quantity." I was like, "Ah." And then he said, "Of 25 kilograms, the worth should be about $2.5 million." I said, "Look, Solomon, if we're going to do it, let's go big. I can handle it. How much gold do you have?" He said, "It's not a matter of how much gold I have. What matters is your capability of handling. We could start with 50 kilograms as a trial shipment." I said, 50 kilograms? There's no point doing this at all unless we're shipping at least a metric ton. He said, "What do you do for a living?" I said, "I'm a hedge fund executive bank manager." "This isn't the first time I ship bullion, my friend." No. I was like, "Now look, where are you based? I don't know about you, but I think if we're going via the postal service, it ought to be signed for." That's a lot of gold. You know? He said, "It will not be easy to convince my company to do a large quantity shipment." I said, "Solomon, I am completely with you on this one. I am putting together a visual for you to take into the board meeting. Hold tight." I said, "Solomon, attach this email. You'll find a helpful chart." I've had one of my assistants run the numbers. I'm no statistician, but I think there's definitely something. There's definitely something going on. I discovered an undeniable correlation. We need to be shipping as much gold as possible." He said, "I will be so much happy if the deal goes well, because I'm going to get a very good commission as well." And I said, "That's amazing. What are you going to spend your cut on?" And he said, "On real estate." "What about you?" I said, "One word. Hummus. It's going places. I was in the grocery store the other day and there are like 30 different varieties. Also, you can cut up carrots. I'm not going to rip them. Have you ever done that? Solomon!" He said, "I have to go to bed now. Tomorrow, have sweet drink." I said, "Bonsoir, my golden nugget. Bonsoir." I said, "Solomon, I'm concerned about security. When we email each other, we need to use a code." And he agreed. And so I said, "That's amazing." I said, "Solomon, I spent all night coming up with this code. We need to use it in all further correspondence. Lawyer, gummy bear. Bank, cream egg. Legal, fizzy cola bottles. Claim peanut M&Ms, documents, jelly beans, Western Union. A giant gummy lizard. Please call me Kit Kat in all further correspondence." I didn't receive an email back from him, so I was like, I've gone too far. I said, "Solomon, is the deal still on?"
That's what I
He didn't
have
reply.
to
He
do. I
said, "The
have to
business
do
is
that
on.
in my
I'm trying to work it out,
to answer this
but
guy
Is the
with
deal
that.
still on?
That's so good.
Dude, you have to use the code." What followed is the greatest email I've ever received. The business is on, and I'm trying to raise the balance for the gummy bear so he can submit all the needed fizzy cola bottle jelly beans to the cream egg for the peanut M&Ms process to start. Send £1,500 via a giant gummy lizard. just subscribe. I mean, how hard is it?
I used to watch them all the time,
Uh-huh.
and it was just the funniest thing ever because I was like, this is actually so fun. Just, getting back at scammers.
There's a lot of like scam like content on YouTube. Like Kid Boedaga.
Hmm.
I think that's how you pronounce his name. He's the one that does like the scam calls, like from the guys from India that wants to like scam money out of old people, and he goes on a fucking tangent with them, pretending to be an old person, and then giving them false information, and then like falsifying uh, um, documents, and like sometimes inviting people to pretend to be like bank clerks or credit card clerks. It's so funny. It's so funny.
It's actually so good. I live for it. It's the funnest thing ever. Because
Mm-hmm.
there are some scams that you get. Like the other day I checked my my spam emails. There was a lot in there, and one of them I found was someone who was telling me that they had my address and that they were going to send a bomb to me if I didn't give them
Mm-hmm.
like $1.2 million or whatever. And I was like, I checked it, right? And I was like, oh, this was sent like 2 months ago. Oh well.
Aw.
Because I was like, I don't check my spam. I only check my spam if I need to find something in there. And my emails obviously immediately recognize when there is like spam email coming in and it just won't put it in my main stuff. So when it comes through, I don't know when it comes through. it's just sitting
Mhm.
in there for ages until I'm looking for an email that actually I need that is in my spam email. And then it's like, "Oh, I got a spam. I got, like, something, like, really weird," and then I read through it and I was like, "Oh, this was, like, months ago. Oh, well."
Like I was talking to a scam artist as well. I don't know if they're scam artists, but they are a bot on Discord.
Yeah.
They DM'd me and be like, "Hey, uh, what did they say? Did I delete their message? I didn't. They started a conversation with. They waved at me in September 2024. Didn't respond. But yesterday they sent a friend request and I checked their messages and I said hello. And they're like, "Hey, how are you?" I was like, "Oh, good. How about you?" And they were like, "I just wonder if you consider me as your friend."
Uh,
And I was like,
no?
"Have we interacted before?" Yeah, literally, have we interacted before? And they're like, "I don't know, maybe not yet, but if you want, we will make some memories together." Hmm.
Um,
It's
uh,
like what?
no?
And
No
this
thanks?
is let me show you. Let me show you what I answered. Uh Let me show you chat. I need to open this
I
on my
was like,
browser.
"What? If you're no, we're not buddy buddy. Last time you messaged me was in September of 2024 and I didn't respond."
Yeah, and they're literally like just in a scam market, right? So let me show chat. Uh, and I will send you the picture.
Mm.
This is what I sent.
That's so
Damn.
typical of you.
Right.
That is so
Let me
typical of
show
you.
chat.
Oh my gosh. I'm not even
And
surprised.
I'm like, Lemau, fuck it. You know what? Sure. Yeah,
That's
let's make
so
memories
you.
together.
Oh my goodness. Every single time.
I love it. I
Sure,
love it
why
so
not? I
much.
want more friends.
Literally, right? And
Oh.
this is what I'm gonna send the guy on Discord. The X username Cream Egg 42069. Full name
Ah.
Creamster Eggstein. Age 31. Gender male. Phone optional. Nope. Country of origin Argentina because fuck Argentina. There you go. You don't have to worry as well. Everything here is encrypted and safe. X will be held liable and responsible
This feels
for
like it's
any
a
reports
bot.
of damages. It is probably a bot. It's 100% a bot.
Like, there's no way it's not.
I wonder. There's no way it's not a bot. I wonder if I can break their directives and just reset them into just being Chat GPT or something. I wish if I could do that.
Uh, this actually reminds me of the
So chat.
time that I got a call
Mm-hmm.
from somebody who claimed that they were Telstra, who was like the
Uh huh.
major internet service here in Australia. They called me
Uh
when I was
huh.
at work, and I was like,
Ah, that
"What?"
sucks.
That's and they by the way called me on my work on the work phone as well, which was in my office. So like it
Oh,
was a
that's
landline
horrible.
call, and like picked it up, and they were like trying to tell me about an internet bill that I hadn't paid,
Mm-hmm.
and I was like, wait a second, I don't have an internet. I don't pay for the internet at work. This is a giant corporate. I'm not in charge of it. And he was,
Mm-hmm.
like, trying to fumble his way through. I could hear, like, papers, like, flipping back and forth, like, there was a script in front of him. And I was like, no, I'm
Um,
okay. Thank you for, wasting my time. I'm just gonna hang up." And then I hung up.
literally, it is literally like that. It's insane, actually.
'Cause it's so strange as well when it happens. As well, I feel like we're getting to that age where people think we're old enough to, like, fall for scam calls and whatnot. Particularly you, because you're older than me, but also at the same time, it's like, I'm not stupid. Sorry,
Okay,
Loki calling you old, but you are old. You're older than me.
I know, I am. I'm not that old. Okay. I'm 29. I have no idea.
Sometimes I forget that you had your birthday, so I'm like, no, he's still 28. He's still
No, I'm not.
28.
Nope. And you're gonna see, Chad, the moment I turn 30 next year, my back is gonna break or something like that's gonna happen.
You're gonna tell me
I
like I went to my
swear.
chiropractor today.
Yeah.
Oh. I'll get like a message
I
from
think
him before a podcast, and he'll be like, I'm stuck at like an appointment today. Why? What'd
I
you
broke
do?
my
I
hip.
broke my I broke my hip.
I broke my hip. That's so
Oh.
funny.
Hey, if it helps you, if you do break something before you hit 30, Sophie can, I don't know, be like a guide dog or something.
Yeah, a
Be a
service
service
dog?
dog,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. I'll train Sophie. I'm telling
Oh.
you right now, Chad, Sophie would not be a good service dog. Like, I remember when a bat entered like my apartment and Sophie was trembling. She ran because,
Oh.
because like I said, it's like go get it, girl. And she started trembling and ran to the kitchen. It's like, no, I'm not dealing with this.
Not my circus, not my monkeys.
Yeah, literally. She's
Uh,
like, you know what? I'm not like there's somebody that moved upstairs, like in the apartment above mine.
yeah.
And every time, either if they walk or if any noise can be heard from the ceiling, Sophie will stop what she's doing. She's gonna run towards me and kind of cower under me because she doesn't understand the concept of upstairs. So she would just be afraid of the noises in her head. And she's kind of cowering, like
Oh, he's
trembling.
so
She always,
cute.
she is. She's really cute. She's really cute, chat.
She's just an old girl, okay? Like the older you get, the harder it is to be able to tolerate certain noises.
No, that's true for real. For real.
Like I'm sure you're experiencing it currently, so
Exactly.
Oh.
Exactly. I'm like, oh damn. Yeah, but like I walk with her like almost every day. Is usually like every 2 days I take her on a walk. And because she's old, she doesn't have the stamina anymore.
Mm.
So it's really funny because like I take one lap around like the block and she's like panting. She's like
She's dying.
yeah,
Jeez.
as if she ran a marathon. A poor thing. She's just really, really, really old. Poor thing.
Can we just go home?
Can we just go home already? It's like, yeah,
Oh,
sure. So yeah, I
fine.
usually just walk like one lap, and then I leave her home, and then I go actually jog a little bit because exercising is good, chat from time to time.
At least you exercise.
Yeah, everyone should.
No,
By the way,
I
okay,
choose not
okay,
to.
okay, man,
Okay,
that's fair.
granted. Okay, so I don't know if I've told you this or even told anybody this. So Gumi
Uh
and
huh.
I, of course, so he has plans to come in October. And every single time we talk
Please.
about it, he's always like, you know what? I'm gonna make you go to the gym. And I'm like, fuck that. I don't
Ah,
want to go to the gym. And he's like, but
uh,
we should go to the gym together. And I was like, I don't want to go to the gym. The gym environment is scary for one. And number two, I don't want to be doing like press ups or whatever. I just want to be by myself and like move on my own.
that's fair. That's fair.
I just wanna dance. I wanna boogie.
That is fair. I mean, exercising in general can be really frustrating.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so I understand. But like, yeah, you mentioned dance. It's good to do something like that. Like if you like actually go like to dance like classes, for example, that is exercising. So
Yeah.
you don't have to, actually just go to the gym and like pull some weight and stuff like that. There are other ways to exercise.
Yeah.
But it's essential. I would say it's essential to do at least something, Macaron. At least something.
I sleep.
Okay.
That's my
Okay.
something.
Sleep is good for health, yes, but you know, you need a little bit more than
Hey,
that.
hey, hey. In medieval times, we had 2 sleeps per day. So
Guess there's an improvement, sure. I'll give you that. Sure.
tragically, we're all being forced to only sleep for 8 hours when we used to have 2 sleeps in a day, and we were more productive then than
Yeah.
we are now,
Yeah.
so
Oh yeah, yeah. Back then when we died when we were around 40. Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey, hey,
Mhm.
granted, granted, like, medicine and all that jazz wasn't exactly at its finest, and, we're still learning.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, sure.
and also at the same time, people were living with their cattle, so that was also a downside as well.
That is true. They did like sleep like a goat. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
fair. That's fair.
So yeah, they were literally like sleeping in piss and shit all the time. So that's another reason why like people didn't live for very long. But also simultaneously, if we applied having 2 sleeps per day in our day and age, you don't have to worry about piss and shit from other animals. You're just worrying about your own sleep. Life is better now.
No, yeah, no, absolutely. In comparison, absolutely life is better now. But I think you're doing something that's called the confirmation bias fallacy, where you want a result to be true, so you are trying to make, fabricate, should I say, evidence to justify that result.
Uh, look, whatever floats an individual's boat by all means. For me,
Sure.
I
Sure.
personally do not want to have
Uh-huh.
to go to the gym because one as well, the other problem with going to the gym here is that you have to pay for membership.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, that's a problem for
Yeah,
sure.
and I was like, I don't want to pay to go to a gym. Why would I pay to do that? The whole point is to motivate me to go to the gym. If I'm realizing that I'm having to spend like $10 just to have a session there, heck no.
Oh, 10, but oh, you guys have it so easy. Holy shit. Oh my god.
That's $10 I
A,
could
g-
spend on a snack, okay?
a gym membership in Brazil, I think is around like $80
What the heck? Okay, yeah,
a
no, that's
month.
screwed.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's actually screwed. Yeah, heck no. More reason to not go to the gym. Even more reason not to go to the gym. Especially if I could do
You
it
know
at
what?
home.
Mhm. Yeah. But like think about it. Like I don't know about you, but sometimes I take some time to like listen to music, for example.
Mhm.
What I do that instead of listening to music just at my computer, I bring my phone and I'm also listening to music, but I'm just having a stroll or a jog, around my block. Not much different, and you're exercising by doing that.
Hmm.
You don't have to lay on your bed to listen to music all the time. You can do that and do something else. Don't you listen
Yeah.
to music while you're washing the dishes, for example, or doing chore?
True. On a speaker though. Like on a big giant speaker that we have in our living
I
room.
mean, okay, I have particular problems with speakers, but yeah, you could do that. It's the same thing. All you need, but you need some headphones if you're going out. But that's the difference. That's no difference. It's the same thing as doing a chore. You have to do the chore, so you use music to ease it up. The
Mhm.
same thing with like jogging and exercising, because nobody does it because they like it. They do it because they have to, Macaron.
No, there's some people who are like, I love jogging.
Okay, so okay, some people do like it because exercising after it becomes a routine, it can release dopamine, and it actually becomes enjoyable.
Mm.
But for our case, I don't know about you, but my case, like I'm really sedentary. It is a chore to do any kind of exercising.
Real.
So so yeah, if you treat it as a chore at first, you might help you start the process.
I don't know.
But you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever
Well,
you want,
we'll
of course. I'm
see.
just
I already do quite a bit of movement and exercise technically at work because I'm
at
lifting
work.
boxes all the
Yes,
time. So then
that's a
coming
good
home is
point.
already
That
exhausting
helps.
as it is.
That's a good point. Yeah, that's fair. Your work's not like my work, which is just standing and doing
Yeah, you
lab
just
work.
have to pick up a vial and then that's that.
Okay, okay, it's not just that, but yeah, it's the equivalent of just picking up a vial, for exercising sake. So yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, I have to pick
God
up
damn it.
boxes that can like weigh up to like 20 kg.
Mm-hmm.
And that's rough. And to do that every single day and then to go home and then feel exhausted, I don't feel bothered to do anything else afterwards.
Yep.
That's why when I have days off and I am like completely okay and I actually feel like streaming, that's what I do in my spare time is I actually like spend time streaming or doing something by myself or even studying because it's like, well, I don't feel
Mm-hmm.
as exhausted because I'm not coming home after lifting a shit ton of stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Which is nice. It's nice to come home and not feel burdened and exhausted from a long day of working for 8 hours straight.
Oh yeah, 8 hours of working. That is something that I'm glad that I'm like a scientist
Hmm.
because I would never be able to do never would
How
able to do
many
8 hours
hours
of
do
like
you do
straight up.
you work in a day?
So I make my hours. So sometimes let's just say I go at morning. Usually I start at 9 a.m. So sometimes I start at 9 a.m. Then around midday I stop to lunch and then I come back at 1 p.m. and go all the way up to 3 or 4 p.m.
Hmm.
So, but that's like very rare. Usually I go at 9 a.m. and I stop to lunch at midday. And then sometimes I don't come back or I already finished work until lunch. So, like, sometimes I only work like 3 hours a day
Huh.
and then I come back. Yeah, because I can make my hours. So, for example, let's just say, oh, I have a lot of streams scheduled for this week.
Hmm.
I could just push work and do it on the weekend and just like stay in the lab for Saturday and then come back on Sunday to make up for the work I didn't do during the week because I don't have a requirement of hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I can basically set up my schedule as much as I like. And of course, because I am someone that lives in the edge, maybe 1 week I just don't do work and just rush to do everything else on the next
Oh my
week. But,
goodness.
you know,
Yep,
you
that sounds
you
like you.
have okay.
Uh,
Like when oh when Baldur's Gate came out. I didn't work for like two straight weeks.
oh my
I did.
goodness.
Yeah. To be honest, I wasn't. I don't. I wasn't on my master's degree. Like I was finishing up my undergrad, doing lab work as well.
Hmm.
And my professor was like, "Hey, did you do the one thing?" I was like, yeah, the equipment, was being used, so I had to wait. And I was gonna do it next week, and you know,
Oh my gosh.
uh, that's the boon of working on a lab that's owned by three different professors, because sometimes they don't know what is being used at the moment. So like, there's people with like longer projects using an equipment.
Yeah.
So it can be like, sorry, professor, I couldn't do today because they were using the equipment.
Yes.
You can like, it works.
Sorry, I can't do the XYZ because someone else is
Y- I'm telling you, chat, procrastination is an art. I'll let you know. I'll let you know.
It's an art. Crazy.
An art. You need to be skillful at it for it to work properly.
I mean, fair enough.
I'm joking, of course.
But yeah, I've like I don't know, I'm kind of used to an 8-hour shift daily as well because
Mhm.
I've been doing it for so long.
Crazy. Uh-huh.
Well, cuz so when I was working at my old job, I wouldn't start work until like 12 o'clock. But at that point, I wouldn't actually like even start. I'd get to work at 12 and then I'd still be waiting around because the previous shift would have to like finish up. So I'd like be wandering around for a bit before I could even get started on what I had to do. And then I wouldn't
Uh-huh.
my hours at that time were pretty bad because we worked in a warehouse, we wouldn't finish until like all the work was done and all the trucks got back into the depot. Meaning that if we were still
Oh, I
waiting
see.
for a truck to come in, we could be there until like 10 o'clock.
Oh my god.
Yeah, which was it did happen actually. One night it was really bad. A truck didn't get in until like 7, so it took them ages to get the freight off it for one. Some of that freight had to go up onto the sorter, which I had to continue operating. And then we didn't finish up
Mhm.
until like 8, and then I still had like book work to do, which takes me about an hour to get done if I'm still waiting for stuff to come in. So yeah, I didn't finish until like 10. And then I think, like, the internet went down at one point as well, and that's what also caused me to not finish my work at all. And I was told by my supervisor, like, "Can you just, like, stay until, like, 9:30?" And I was like, "No, because I don't get paid for this long. If the internet doesn't come back up, it doesn't come back up. I'm going home. I'm not sticking
Yeah, no,
around to
absolutely.
do work that I can't do because the internet's bugging out." Fuck no. What the heck? But yeah, I used to
That
work
makes
until
sense,
like
yep.
9 o'clock, 10 o'clock. Luckily, when I had like a replacement, so someone who would step in when I was away, like when I had sick days, if they didn't have anything else to do on the floor and were about to go, but they wanted to do extra hours, I would like call them up and be like, "Hey, do you want to come upstairs and like finish my work?" And they're like, "Yeah, that's fine." And I just leave at
Yeah.
8 o'clock because I was like, "I'm done. I don't get paid after 8."
Base.
So that's that. And then
Honestly,
now
base.
I start at what time do I start? I start at 7:30 and then finish at 3:30. Yeah, so that's like I'm very used to
Damn.
like the 8-hour schedule because I've just been doing it for so
Damn.
long.
No, I commend you. I could never. I could never. I'm too lazy.
Well,
But
that's why I don't like stream
especially
a lot, honestly, because like my jobs take up a lot of my time and I'm
mhm.
making money at work. So therefore it's more of a priority. I like streaming on days when I don't have a lot to do and I'm not busy and I do feel like streaming. But as of late, as I've like I think you and I talked about it a while ago. As of late, I haven't been feeling like streaming at all unless like it's with other people. I for some reason don't feel like doing it by myself and I can't put my finger on why that is.
That's a good point. To be honest, when most of my work is off the lab because it's researching, writing, peer reviewing.
Hmm.
So just so chat doesn't think I'm a bum, I have to work out of the lab as well.
Well,
Don't
I figured
worry
that
about
too. 'Cause, like, for me,
yeah,
it's always been on site for 8 hours straight, whereas for
yeah,
you, it's like, don't have to be on site all the time, it can be remote work as well.
yeah. That is true. Yeah, which is better.
Mm.
One of the best thing they ever made was remote working, like home office and stuff. One of the best thing they ever made.
Took them a really long time to actually finally get that going, and, like well, it took COVID for them to
Yeah.
be like, "Actually, this is a necessity now."
Yep. And it pisses me off that some businesses work so well with home office, but when COVID was out, like COVID was over, they went all back. It's like, okay, now you guys have to come back, even though the company was fine with just home office.
Yeah, no, it makes no
I
sense, especially when the companies during COVID were thriving a lot more with people being like working at home
exactly.
because they were in their own space. They could take their time to get the work done.
Exactly. Uh, and it did happen, but people are like, "No, come back,
Come
come
back
back
to the
to us."
office. Why?
Uh,
My work is more productive at home. Why are you making me go into the office? I don't need to be in the office.
mm-hmm.
Just
No, absolutely.
do everything over a computer. It's fine. I don't even want to see half of you physically anyway. uh,
No, absolutely.
but you know, I've
And
never
it does
done remote
ease your life.
work before. So I'm kind of jealous that you can actually do remote work. I've never actually done remote work before.
Mm-hmm. Uh, it is fun because, like for example, I do it on my own time. I
Mm,
know that some home office and remote work, like you have to be connected, like on TeamSpeak or some kind of platform that also clocks your work.
yeah.
I don't have to do that, so I don't know how that works. But I think it's way better. It's like
Oh
you are
yeah.
in the comfort of your own home. You know, you can work. You don't have to wear uniforms. You can have your snacks. And, on the side, you can have music, maybe listening to a podcast like the Snack Time podcast, or like, something.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Wink, wink. Yes.
Yeah, I've never
Oh, people are
actually ever
saying
done it.
the
What?
people in my apartment complex just posted that their cat disappeared. And they
Uh-oh.
asked if, people who have like a backyard to see if they're in their backyard. I know it's not in mine because if it was, Sophie would be hiding right now. So I don't think the cat is here, hopefully. Sophie, is there a cat is there a cat there? No, I don't think so.
No response.
I don't think so.
No
Yeah,
comment at this
Sophie.
time.
Sophie May? Let me call her. Sophie May? There you go. I don't think there is. Let me take a look just in case, because Sophie she's looking at something. Oh, please don't tell me the cat's here. One sec.
That's actually gonna be irritating if the cat is there. That means he's gonna have people coming in to be like, "Is my cat here? Is my cat here?" Having to conversate with them.
Okay, okay, no cats.
Okay,
Sophie
good.
was just being silly.
Oh, she's just an old girl.
uh,
Okay, she's just
she is. She's an old lady, a
yeah,
respectful
she's
old
a
lady.
respectful old lady. She's living out her dog days, literally.
Literally, yep.
Oh. But yeah, no, never have worked remotely before. Have always wanted to try it because I've always wanted to see how productive I can actually be at home.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm pretty productive at work. Well, I have to be because I don't know. I realized that I'm a lot more productive at doing things because there's a lot more on the line. Like, for example,
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting paid. So therefore, I'm actually going to bother doing something.
That's fair. That's fair. Payment is a very good incentive.
Yeah. Which I realize now was also my motivation for doing Marsha's PowerPoint for her
Mm.
debut. Cause I was like, honestly, like okay, half of the reason why as well was because at the time as well, I was on such a high of the fact that I'm doing a commission for somebody. And also because like it's a PowerPoint. I like
Oh,
making
yes.
PowerPoints. The other half of it was literally because like, oh, it's really important because one, it's someone's debut, and two, I'm getting paid for it. So I like was working my ass off to get this thing done. It was the most productive I had
Mhm.
ever been at home in my entire life.
Oh, that's good. I mean, did you enjoy doing it?
I did. I had a very good time making her
Oh, hell
PowerPoint, and
yeah.
I was like, this turned out super duper well, considering I had only been home for like about a week. And then her debut was like 3 weeks out, and I was like, wow, crazy. The amount of work I can do in a short period of time just because I feel like it and also because someone's paying me, wild.
Mhm. Literally, yes.
Like, kinda
Wild.
the same thing as well with, the PowerPoint I'm working on for Love's birthday. Now, I don't know if I ever showed you what the original one looked like.
You showed me, yeah. I don't know if you showed the finished version. You showed me like the spinning things, the stuff you were planning to do.
Yeah, so oh yeah, that's right, I showed it last time. So,
Yeah.
I came to a conclusion because I was like, Love's birthday is a week from now, and it's not
Uh-huh.
done. And I kept looking back at the PowerPoint and I was like, honestly, I'm not liking it anymore. I don't like the direction that I've
Oh.
gone in. So I like
Uh-huh.
have kind of
So you
scrapped it.
changed it.
Yeah. And the screenshot I had sent you earlier, I was like,
Uh-huh.
this is basically what I'm going to be working on. Cause the theme originally was more centered around Loaf if he ever had a bakery. And then I was like,
Based.
wait a second. Bakery, a mascot. I think like these little cartoony 19 like 50s, 60s kind of cartoony mascots are really cool. And then because I have my tablet now, I drew it up and I was like, actually, low key, I'm
Yeah.
cooking. I'm cooking.
Oh yeah. I can't wait to see the finished product on Saturday.
Yeah, I'm actually really excited. I'm super excited. Wait, I just remembered we're not gonna be doing movie night this weekend.
It's not this weekend?
No, because
Be the 15th?
no, not this weekend. The weekend afterwards. The weekends afterwards will probably be fine. But this weekend, when I had said either the 8th or the 15th, which was Loaf's birthday, I was like, it'll probably be
Uh-huh.
looking more like the 15th for Loaf's birthday, because this weekend Gumi's working. So I was like, oh,
Oh no.
yeah, he got called in, which is fine because he took a week off for personal reasons, but he has to go
Mhm.
into work this weekend. And
God damn
he's
it.
closing too, and he was like, I can't do it this weekend, I'm sorry. And I was like, it's fine, it's okay, you're making money, it's all right, we can do it next weekend. I did either say this weekend or next weekend, and plus it'll be High School Musical, which Loaf loves, and Wicked, which he hasn't seen.
Yeah.
So
I also haven't seen Wicked, so it's gonna be cool.
Wicked is so well done. They actually did an amazing job of translating the musical onto the big screen. So it was pretty magnificent to see it when we went to watch it when we were in Korea. So
Mm-hmm.
pretty good, not gonna lie. Also, side note, Korea has better
Hell yeah.
cinemas than anywhere else, I must admit.
You did mention that. You did tell me that before.
Like, I'm not even kidding to y'all. I'll be so straight up with you. Korea's cinemas are so good. Like, what cinema do you know decides that they're going to have combo packages that give you free stuff?
Never seen anything like that, honestly.
No. That's what I was saying. Like, so I don't know if I went into detail about this. So when we were in Korea, we went to see Wicked in Gold Class. Gold Class, by the way, in Korea is really good. They have massage chairs and then they also give you slippers as well. Like, it feels like it's a
Damn.
luxurious kind of session. Yeah, it was really crazy. And also they give like you a complimentary drink as well before you go in, which I also thought was really cute. But
Hell yeah. That's cool.
I know it was really good. But so basically when you're downstairs and you're getting your tickets as well as you're ordering your food, so there's a kiosk section to get your tickets, and then there's also another kiosk section to pick out your food. When we got our tickets and then we grabbed our food, we looked through the menu and I was like, okay, this is actually going a little bit more beyond the typical what popcorn, ice cream, and drink do you want? Because what do you mean I get this combo and I can get either like the Wicked combo, so I get my popcorn, my drink, and my ice cream along with like a ballpoint pen that's Wicked themed? Like, that's crazy. What?
Mm-hmm. That is crazy.
I've
That is
never
actually
had
crazy.
that
Yeah.
before. So for my sister, because she's a really big fan of Jungkook from BTS, and he had like
Hmm.
his concert movie come out at the time. They were selling his
Hmm.
combo, and like they had like this photo book album that you would get for free with the combo. It was big too. And I was like, that's crazy. We're gonna get that. And then it comes out literally 10 minutes later, and the guy slides over the album, and I was like, oh, I actually thought it was just gonna be like a tiny pamphlet. That's a big album, sealed up and everything.
Hell
I was like,
yeah.
that's kind of crazy. All right. The other thing too as well, so for Baekhyun from EXO, he had his concert showing in cinemas as well. For his combo, his one came with like a full-on metal flask water bottle that was themed for the concert.
Damn.
And I was like, you don't get this free stuff anywhere. That's
That would be
wild.
That'd be wild because everything like in concerts specifically, you have to buy like everything.
Oh yeah, for
So
sure.
that's a good incentive. Yeah.
Yeah. And I was like, that's crazy that every single movie that they're showing here at the cinemas all has its own like special combo with like special merchandise to go along with it. We don't get that over here in Australia. The nicest thing they'll give you is like, I don't know, a Slurpee cup that has a PNG of what the movie is on it. Like that's as good as it'll get. We don't get
Yeah.
anything else.
Here in Brazil, the most we get is like offers for like pay half the price for the ticket to watch the movie, but that's about it. Everything else you need to buy. Like you can buy the themed like popcorn buckets
Yeah.
and stuff like that, but like we don't get anything for free. No, absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly.
Nuh-uh.
I was like,
Nuh-uh.
nobody else out here is giving out combos with just free merchandise on the side. What the heck?
Literally, right?
Oh, I also discovered panda popcorn in Korea as well, which was also wild. It's like,
Panda
yeah,
popcorn?
so it's like sweet popcorn that they give you in a bucket. So it's like black and
Uh-huh.
white. So the black popcorn kind of tastes like sugary, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And then the
That's
white,
caramel?
kind of, I guess. I don't know. It literally looks black. And I was like, I don't
Okay.
even know what to describe this as. And then the white popcorn is like it's just regular butter popcorn, and it's like the mixture of sweet and salt in one bucket. And I was like,
Oh.
oh, this is
We
actually
have
kind of interesting.
that is interesting. We have that in Brazil, but usually like we have half and half. So the first like is two layers. So the first layer you can choose to be one or the other, and then the one at the bottom is one of the other. So usually what we do is that we get the savory popcorn first,
Mm.
and then at the bottom, the second layer is the sweet popcorn. So you have that combo of like eating savory and then sweet, which is really good.
Ooh, yeah, they don't have that
We
option
have
over
that,
here.
yeah, because I think mixed, like you don't know what you're getting. I don't know. To me, it's kind of, I don't think it would be a good thing. I like the layered version.
I don't know, cause over here they've got like your typical like butter popcorn. I actually now that I think about it, cause I haven't been to the cinemas here in a while. I
Uh huh.
don't think they have a lot of options for popcorn anyway. It's just like the salted butter popcorn for a majority of it. And if you're gonna get flavored popcorn, it's like pre-cooked dry stuff that they already put in a bucket.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even that nice either, and it tastes like it's probably been on display for like the last 2-3 weeks now. Like it's
Oh
getting
yeah,
stale
yeah.
kind of popcorn.
We don't have that here. In Brazil, it's fresh. Like they do it like in time.
Yeah, no, the cinemas here are kind of mid. If I'm completely honest, they're pretty mid. There's some that are really
Mid.
good, but they're in certain
Mm-hmm.
cities. But the ones here, you either go to one that it just smells like piss and like sweat,
Oh. What?
Yeah,
Okay.
you walk in and it does not smell very good. Like you can tell that the place has not been cleaned kind of like situation. And like you go into the cinema, there's like popcorn left over everywhere. There's like the leather seats that used to be new when the cinema first opened up are like the leather is coming off and it's like ripping apart kind of situation. That's
I
what some
see.
cinemas are like here. Other cinemas are brand new and aren't exactly in that condition yet, but it's like
Uh,
it's pretty close. It's around
I
the
see.
corner. It's gonna get fucked up soon.
I see.
But yeah.
Damn, I don't have that. Cinemas is one of the few industries that work in Brazil. Brazil has a lot of problems with like, well, not a lot of problems actually, but like I never seen something bad happen in a cinema for some reason.
Hmm.
It works, and I really love cinemas. Like I love watching a movie in cinemas. It's so good. The problem is
I would love
because
a cinema
nowadays,
more if it wasn't, though in the state that it is. So I'm happy for you that you that you enjoy your cinemas in Brazil.
yeah, we don't like our cinemas are pretty good, honestly. Because usually like our cinemas are either in a shopping center or like in a shopping mall.
Mm,
So it's like well maintained. It's hard for you nowadays to get like a building that's just a cinema. It's usually attached to something else.
yeah.
And so it's well maintained. And yeah, it's pretty good. So some places even like we also have different types of like sessions. We have normal, we have normal high IMAX, but also we have that's like 4D where like the seats move with
Oh,
the movie.
what?
We have some like good stuff here.
What the heck? 4D here is like a rare commodity. You could probably only
Yeah,
get it
it's
in like
rare here
Sydney.
too. It's really rare too. Well, I am in the richest state,
That's true.
but but it is possible. If you go like to a high end like shopping mall, they probably have one room that's like 40. I never been because I feel like it takes away from the movie because I don't want to like sit down to watch a movie and I have to feel like I'm in a fucking roller coaster. I don't want to do that.
Just
To me, I think
shifting
it's
left to
detrimental.
right, water
Yeah,
spits in your eyes.
yeah, yeah. Because I'm gonna be sitting down eating popcorn, like having like a soda.
Hmm.
Can you imagine how annoying it will be? You're trying to like drink a soda, and your chair keeps fucking moving. That sounds horrible.
Or,
I don't know what's the point.
or worse,
It
like
seems
the wind just blasts into you and your lid of
yeah,
the drink comes up and then it just spills all over you.
right.
Oh, that's
It's
actually so
it
bad.
sounds like a worse experience to me. So I don't know why that's a thing, but I guess that's a thing.
It is what it is.
Like we had the option. I went to watch. It was Everest. It was the movie Everest. Like they made like a movie about the people that went there and died.
Oh, yes, yes, yes,
And
yes.
we had the option to go to a 3D like room, and I was like, I'm not gonna fucking do that. It sounds horrible. But I'm gonna
Ice in my
fall.
face for a majority of the film?
Yeah.
Hell no.
Are they gonna drop the temperatures of the fucking movies? Like I'm not gonna do that. It sounds bad. It doesn't sound enjoyable. I'm
Oh.
sorry.
I feel like if you are up for an adrenaline, go to a 4D movie with the intention
Yeah.
not to see the movie, but to just simply experience 4D. That's it. That's the only reason you
Yeah.
should
The
go.
thrill. Yeah, I get the thrill of like, yeah, I guess. But that makes no sense. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do that.
You know what doesn't make sense to me as well about certain 4D films?
What?
There
What?
are the certain like films that they choose to display on 4D. In particular, like for example, like a rom-com being displayed on 4D. What even
On
happens?
4D?
Yeah. 'Cause
That's
I realized
huh.
that like when we were in Korea because they have 4D at all of their cinemas. they had an option for a film that I knew I hadn't seen it before, but I knew for a fact for a majority of the plot it was pretty tame, and they had an option for it to be in 4D. And I was like, that doesn't make
Mm-hmm.
any sense. Why would you show this in 4D? There's no action in this film at all. So you're just telling me that, I don't know, when they're walking in a park, there's just gonna be leaves blowing in your face I
Yeah,
don't know, some
that's
sort of immersive movie? I don't get that. That doesn't make any sense to me.
it's probably just like smells, and that's it, probably.
Maybe, but also simultaneously at the same time, the whole point of 4D is to literally feel like a roller coaster. That's the
Yeah,
point.
that's
Uh,
the point. Yeah,
if
I mean,
it
I
doesn't
enjoy.
feel that way, that's a bit strange.
Mhm. We used to have we have like in my state we have like a big amusement park,
Mm.
which is a very like very discount Disneyland, because it's basically like it has like different attractions. It's
Uh-huh.
not a usual amusement park, so like it's a big park. And they used to have, back in the day, I was like a child, this dinosaur exploration 4D cinema.
Mm.
And in that point, that was fun because the movie was designed around the movement of the chairs and all of that.
Yeah.
So that was fun. But I cannot imagine going to, I don't know, a Jurassic Park film.
Oh, heck no.
And and like you know, that's, yeah, that doesn't sound fun. That sounds like a trauma or
That
something.
is trauma in a nutshell. If your
Right?
chair is shifting left to right, center, upwards, and a
Yeah.
dinosaur is screaming at you simultaneously, probably like to immerse you even further, there'd be like rain coming in, but like it's like spit. Like if a dinosaur spits in your face kind of thing.
Yeah.
No.
That
No
sounds like a
thanks.
horror. I would be I would be so annoyed. Like, stop.
Oh my gosh.
The-
Speaking of horror movies, imagine going to see a horror movie in 4D.
In 4D, that would be crazy. It also sounds disgusting. Like, imagine you're watching like Saw, or like a movie like a lot of gore and stuff,
Yeah.
because you can replicate the smells, right? So that would be like, oh, that sounds horrible. Oh my
Replicate the
god.
smells, and also once again, water spraying is a thing in 4D. Like
Yes.
if it's like a gory film, yeah,
Blood.
blood, blood. Ew,
Blood.
no. I know it's not real, but like simultaneously, I don't ask to walk out of a cinema looking like I was the one who murdered someone. Okay.
Uh-huh.
No, thank you. I'd be going in there. If someone
Oh,
invited me, I'd go with like a poncho on.
the dude responded. I was like,
Whoa, what? What do you say?
the
What do you
dude
say?
responded. Oh my god, this is so
We've got
funny.
an update. Sorry,
Let me
guys. We have to pause that conversation for a minute. We've got an
transition. Yeah,
update.
sorry guys. Got an update. There you go. Let me share my screen on Discord as well.
That's crazy.
Twitter ID Cream Egg 42069. Wallet ID. I don't know why I have a wallet in my
What?
X account, but okay. Report charges illegal purchase fraud activity on X.
Huh?
How can Okay, country of origin Argentina requests the same number they sent me. Account status. I reviewed the ticket and the system database detected multiple reports filled on the account about illegal activity for illegal purchases. Are you aware that your accounts are connected with your email and IP will be permanently suspended if you can't prove to me that you're not involved in any legal fraud scam issues? The user reported will not be notified due to report method type filed on this case. See attached. Nothing to worry about. The user who performed the reports already provided a follow-up statement that you're not involved. However, as part of our process, you will still need to comply with our terms of service. So, oh Jesus
Oh
Christ! So
goodness.
now we can put proper documents in revoking la la la. By the way, I would like to inform you that this process is being monitored by federal authorities for, for fully assured security. So please just follow my lead and wait for further instructions for this process to prevent any further issues in your account. Understood? Just a reminder, please avoid sharing any info regarding this confidential matter since it's still unproven legally, because we cannot help you if you involve the name of our company or any third party. Oh my god, I love this.
This is crazy. This
I
is
love this.
wild.
Reminders while it's in process. Avoid sharing. Okay, sharing private process for a company. Hoping to have your understanding and full cooperation here. This is golden. They're using all the Discord thingamajigs to make this.
This is
This
what
is
is
based.
happening.
This is based. I'm so. Oh, my chat's on ad break, but this is.
What are
is
you
golden.
gonna say?
I'm gonna say I consent to all your demands. That's what I'm gonna
All
say.
in caps.
That's what I'm gonna
That's
say.
crazy.
That's so funny.
That's,
The fact that he didn't even realize that the dude messaged me on @corncallvt
He's responding.
and I
He's
said
responding.
yes, please raw Trent of X support. Nice stream, by the way. We will proceed for the bidding now.
What?
What do you mean? Okay, what do you mean? What do you mean? I am simply. What can I say here, Macaron? Help me out. What do you mean?
I want like an explanation.
Oh, there you go. He deleted that. Oh no, he broke. No, he's deleting everything. No, please. He blocked me.
Hey, homie, if you're watching this right now, if you are watching this right now,
that was good content, man.
That was good content, man.
You should have if you gone with it.
Homie, you don't know when you have it good, do you?
Yeah, goddamn it. Okay, I'm just gonna report. Can I report his account? How do I report account on Discord again?
I can't remember. There's like a report button somewhere.
There's a report button somewhere. I'll find it out.
That's funny
chat.
though. That's actually hilarious.
It's funny.
Nice stream, by the way.
Nice stream, by the way. Thank you.
Thank you. Wherever you are.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. That's actually so funny.
Yeah, next time that you want to scam somebody, make sure they're stupid first, please.
Yeah. I mean, they were pretty dumb for a bit.
He even went with cream egg, man. God damn it. That's so sad. Well, sorry, chat. Sorry. They had to ruin our fun, chat. But
You're no fun, Rod Trent support, whoever the heck you are. We were making free content for you. Do you know how far free content goes?
Right?
Ugh,
This is so sad.
That's so sad. Ugh.
This is so sad. Alexa played Despacito. Fantastic Spanish demonstration, Macaron, by the way.
Yeah, you're welcome. I'm so good. No, you know what's funny, right? Is that so sometimes Tagumi, cause like I sometimes tell him that I love him in Spanish. And so so like there was a time of when he was like we were talking about like him doing a Spanish stream, and he was streaming. And I was like, do I have decent like Spanish skills? Like just to like jest. And he was
Just
like, no sugar, your Spanish is like basic as hell. And I was like Uh,
That was sad.
I try.
That was so
I
sad.
try, and I was like, "What? But I tell you I love you in Spanish." And he's like, "Yeah, but like that's all you ever say." And I was like, "Is that not enough? Is that not until
That's
your
crazy.
satisfaction?"
That's crazy.
No, I love him. He's so funny.
Hey, Gumi's really fun. I really like Gumi too.
Oh, you know what's the thing, right? I actually totally like didn't get to see the entire what is it? The furry tier list that you
We did? Okay.
Yeah, and I was talking to him about how I had convinced you basically that in a sense you were a furry because of Catras. And he was like, "We did a
Yeah.
whole tier list. Why did it take that long?" I was like, "'Cause the tier list was for
Exactly. It was ironic, chat. It was
fun."
completely ironic.
Not in any way, truly your opinions about how you feel about
Exactly. You just
anthropomorphic
content.
women.
It was a bit, chat. Yay.
Oh. I do think it's really funny that a majority of like hear me out cakes when it comes to men playing it is that they will always put like Nala on there as like one of their hear me outs. But like in a sense,
Ah.
one Nala, if you get rid of the fact that she's a lioness, conventionally attractive. Number two, homie, the same song has been sung by everybody before you. Trust me, at this point, not even a hear me out because there's like, I don't know, a big population of people who agree with you. So
I think Nala is mostly just nostalgia,
I think so
right?
too.
Because like Nala, for some people, Nala was like the neuron activation.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, there's something else here, you know.
There's something
And I
else.
think, yeah, I think it's like a nostalgic memory.
Yeah.
That's why people like do that to Nala. Also with Vaporeon, because of the meme, because of the copy pasta,
Yeah.
Vaporeon became like a sex symbol for some reason.
I do remember that. And I was like, how
Right?
did this happen? What universe did we slip into for this to occur?
Yeah, that was so funny. It's such a good copy pasta too. It's
Well,
so
I
funny.
saw this Tumblr post, or was it a Reddit post? I can't remember. But somebody was
Uh-huh.
discussing about the Hear Me Out cakes, which by the way, we should do one as well. But
We should.
so somebody was talking about it and they were discussing the difference between women and their Hear Me Out cakes and men and their Hear Me Out
Uh-huh.
cakes. And for men, it's
Uh-huh.
generally like conventionally attractive characters that like literally
Yeah, it's just
nobody needs to
quirky.
yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody really needs to like hear you out about it because like I said before, we've heard it enough from everybody else. And then they mention how for women, it's like graphs.
Like monsters. Yeah.
Yeah, like the
Monsters.
number 7 is attractive.
The number 7?
Yeah. And I'm like, you know what's funny, right? I saw someone do that and I was like, you know what? I kind of get it. I understand why in a really odd way. I get why to you, your hear me out is the
What?
number 7.
It's just an angle.
I know. And that's what the hilarious part about this post was like the whole point of it was the fact that it was trying to depict the way that women think, how a lot of men
Uh-huh.
for some reason think that a woman won't break up with you because you're unattractive. That's not the point we're getting across. It's the fact that you weren't like, I don't know, personality wise that quirky. And number 2,
Mhm.
she didn't think you had like you didn't give her like a nice smile here and there. That's literally the reason why she doesn't want to be with you.
That's fair. That is
Ah.
fair, yeah.
And I was like, you know what? That is so real because yeah, what do you mean that a lot of us women are finding like just simply like a graph full of like statistics attractive more than
That's
more than a
crazy.
real man?
That's crazy. It's like people who are like in love with their car or like the Eiffel Tower or something like that.
See, but those people, like, they genuinely, like, I don't know, they might have been onto something. I don't know what it is, but they might have been
Maybe
onto
they're right.
something. Maybe they were right, but like, I think it was funny because they had brought up the example of someone putting Bowser on the Hear Me Out cake, and there
Hmm.
was one. I did see this video, by the way. This group of girls who had literally said to each other, if you put a conventionally attractive fictional character or person, or like just
Uh-huh.
person in general on this cake, like we will spray you with like water. And
I see.
they put Bowser on, and this girl ends up spraying her friend, and she's like, literally, Bowser is like conventionally attractive to a lot of women anyway, so that's
Yes.
not even a hear me out.
It's not even a hear me out. Yeah.
Honestly, I think yours would be a xenomorph.
Yeah. I mean, I can think of like more monster like characters than the Xenomorph. But yeah, usually Xenomorph, a lot of women like the Xenomorph as well.
Oh yeah, for sure. There were
Uh,
a lot of women who put xenomorph on their hear me out cakes. Granted, it's the original xenomorph, by the way, too. Not like
yeah,
a changed fictional kind of
not
like
a
fan
fan
art kind
art,
of
yep.
way. It's the real original xenomorph, and everyone being like, huh, I see what you did there. I don't know if I agree with it, but I see what you did there.
They're kind of cooking. They're kind
Yeah,
of
you're
cooking.
kind of cooking. I don't know what it is you're cooking, but you're doing something.
So funny. I think it's because for the majority of the times, men are like, I don't know about other men, but like visuals are very important
Yeah,
for like attraction. I don't mean like physical appearance. I mean visual. Visual attraction is important.
like
And
to see
uh,
someone and to be like to I don't know, like to I don't know, view it as like a piece of cake or something. I don't know.
not necessarily a piece of cake, but like the way they move, the way they pose, like quirky characteristics. That plays a lot into it.
Hmm.
So it makes sense that most of the hear me out for men are still conventionally attractive women because there's a lot of them are visual.
Yeah.
But for women, it's different, like personality and quirk.
Yeah.
So I can see that being a thing. Yeah. Who else? Lots of bug girls, but not like the usual, like, oh, it's just a woman with like bug features. I mean, like actual just bug monsters.
Okay, but here's another level, and this is like very
Uh
female
huh.
of me to do, I guess. On another tier, what bug do you think is attractive?
Another tier. What do you mean tier?
Like, not talking like a bug lady. I just mean like an insect
Okay,
in general.
an insect in general.
Yeah.
Okay, let me think of insects for a second. I think I like ladybug because they seem delicate.
I
You
feel like
know,
ladybug is like a conventionally attractive bug
what do
though.
you mean attract? It's just a fucking beetle. What do you
Yeah, with
mean conventionally attract?
red and black corn, and it's conventionally attractive to you because
Yeah,
red and black.
it's a it's a bug. You can't say that's conventional.
Yeah, it's conventional. Everybody likes a ladybug. That's like saying
Okay,
like my favorite is a butterfly. Everybody likes butterflies.
that's not true. Okay, I do not subscribe to that idea. Okay, I guess if I said the Black Widow, you would say it's the same thing because it's red and black.
Okay, no, a black
It's the
widow
same.
though is actually terrifying. So I can kind of get
Well, it's
behind
terrifying
that.
because they're poisonous, but that's kind of hot.
Yeah.
Being poisonous is kind of hot. But like also because well, every spider does that, but the Black Widow got its name because I think it's the more gruesome of the way that they kill their males or something like that.
Yeah.
I think yeah, but that's pretty good. Um, I like the praying mantis. Praying mantis are badass.
Okay, praying mantis though are pretty attractive. Not gonna lie.
See, see, chat. See, okay. So I can say it's conventionally attractive as well. Okay. Hmm. There isn't a lot of bugs there. Let me
Like,
think.
for example, if someone said to me, like, a cockroach was like, what was like,
No, that's crazy.
that's a hear me out. That's a
No,
real hear me out.
that's a real hear me out. That's crazy.
Like a cockroach? Are you sure?
Cockroach, really? Hmm.
I don't know, like a stick bug, for example.
A Sigma is the hear me out because it's funny. It's just like literally just like
Yes, it is just like dragonfly, I think to some people would be conventionally attractive.
I can see it. Dragonflies are like weird, or like they're weird butterflies, so I can see
Yeah.
that. Hmm.
Firefly, conventionally attractive, it lights up, and when there's a bunch of them, pretty in the sky. So, that's undebatable.
Fair. What about a centipede?
Oh,
Loss of arms.
true. Caterpillars, though, for me as well, because like
Yeah,
centipedes
no,
and
I can see
centipedes in
caterpillars.
general, like they're pretty similar, anyways. So in that sense, like I don't care. People will think they're ugly because it's like, oh, but like they're like worm like. No, I adore caterpillars because I know that
Okay,
she's gonna turn into something pretty. So
okay, but we have to admit that centipedes and caterpillars are very different, because caterpillars, they're like cutesy little small bugs that eat
that's true,
leaves.
yeah.
Centipedes are like fast carnivore menaces.
Yeah, I do have to agree with that.
Right?
Yeah.
I'm inclined to centipedes because of their aggressiveness. But I can see caterpillars being conventional because they're like cutesy and like they just
Yeah.
like wobble around.
Yeah.
Right. So I can see that being a thing. Yeah, I can see that.
Okay, definitely then. Yeah, caterpillar conventional. Centipede, it's like a if you know, kind of know more category.
Uh-huh.
Like it's what do they call it? It's a what's the word when you're like trying to accommodate to a taste that not everybody else is into? There's a word for it. I keep
Is there
think
a word for it?
there's a word. So for things that other people are not inclined to like, but certain people are, there's a word for it. It's
Uh-huh.
a something taste. What is the word? I'm having a mind blank
Ra-
again.
Rare?
Kinda.
I
It's
don't.
not like that. It's a no. It doesn't even start with a D anymore. Cause I keep thinking of the word delectable. Delectable's not the word. Uh, it's something they're not accustomed to. Ah!
un it's unconventional.
Hold on, I'm gonna ask Google this. A taste not everybody likes.
Delicacy?
Delicacy! That's it! That's the word.
Delicacy?
Delicacy.
Okay. Okay. That makes sense. That makes sense. That makes
Yes.
sense. I see. Yeah. I can see that being a thing. Like specific people. I see. I can
Yeah,
see.
it's a delicacy. That's what it is. Yeah. What's another bug? A hoo-hoo grub is not a bug. It's a grub. Those are two different things. Very, very separate from each other. They're not the same thing. It's not an insect. I don't
Yeah.
know. Would you say like a butterfly is conventionally attractive, but a
Oh,
moth
for
I would
sure.
say is probably not?
There's a lot of moth arts that I've seen in the past.
That's true. I like moths because I just perceive them the same way as I perceive butterflies.
Butterflies, yeah.
Yeah.
Also, the concept of like a moth being drawn to some like the obsession that a moth has for light. I can see that being like an attractive trait.
Yeah. Like if we were to put like a human personality on a moth, I feel
Yeah.
like it would be like one of the boys from Love and Deep Space. At that point, it'd be one of the boys from Love and Deep Space.
Like drawn to a flame.
Yeah,
I see.
exactly. Like worships you and like gets too close to you, could get stung kind of situation, which is literally most of their stories anyway.
Yeah. Oh, another example: a bee and a wasp. I would say a bee is a conventional attractive animal, but
bumblebee,
a
yes.
wasp, yeah, a wasp, nah. Wasp, well, for me they are, but like a wasp is like the antithesis of a bee, right?
Yeah, I can see
Because
that.
bees live in this organized little hive where they make candy. Wasps, they live in like fortress of hatred, and their only existence is to kill bees. They don't even produce like anything. They're just haters, and I love that. I love the concept.
This is like going back. This is giving me flashbacks back to Trick or Treat all over again and going
Trick or
over
treat.
in my mind about all your picks and remembering, yeah, this is just his type. This is just how he is. This is how he is. It's always been this way.
This.
Just a reminder to everybody, Korn really likes Maki despite the fact he has never watched Chainsaw Man.
Yeah, I love Makima. Oh my god, I love Makima.
No.
Yes. Yeah.
She's actually no, I was about to say technically she's a groomer. No, she is a groomer in a sense. So no. No way in hell. Heck no.
Based?
You can't say that, Con! Why would you say that? No!
I'm joking. I can't
Oh
joke
my
anymore.
God.
I can't joke anymore. It's a joke. It's a joke. don't quote me out of context, chat. That was a joke.
That was a joke.
Okay.
Don't take that out of context. If you do ever take that out of context, I can't be if you do, I can't be associated with him anymore.
True. That being said, I would bark for Makima anytime. Anytime.
I know you
Hit
would.
me up, Makima.
I know you would. Your type is a woman who can like put you on a leash and step on you, and you'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Just a little bit.
If we were in therapy right now, I damn well know your therapist would tell you, like, I feel like, Korn, this is a result of your own past trauma, and you're indulging in it. It's time to stop.
I stop. Maybe a little bit of Stockholm syndrome.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Fun fact, actually, that I found out about Stockholm syndrome, right? The origins, apparently, of Stockholm syndrome are actually, like, completely false. So, in Stockholm, the people who they had claimed had Stockholm syndrome weren't even remotely enamored with their quote-unquote captors at all. In fact, they weren't even victims, really. They just were there. And people...
There's like tears?
Yeah, they
like,
just...
with like...
Yeah,
Okay.
so, like, basically what had happened, and maybe I'm retelling this wrong, but essentially, so the concept that this comes from is, like, people having the argument that Beauty and the Beast is a case of Stockholm Syndrome, which in itself is completely incorrect anyways. If we talk about it from the Grimm brothers kind of point of view, maybe there's a bit more of a basis for it, But just standing from the regular standpoint of Disney in general, it's not Stockholm Syndrome at all because he never forces her to stay there. She is there as a replacement to her father, but he's
Mm-hmm.
not really, like, stopping her from leaving at all. In fact, when she decides to leave, he doesn't prevent it at all. The only reason why he comes after her is because she's about to be attacked and almost dies.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's literally like there's no Stockholm
Yeah.
syndrome at all within that case.
I
But
would not. Yeah, I would not make the case of Stockholm syndrome.
yeah,
Yeah.
but in the case of Stockholm syndrome, so apparently Stockholm syndrome itself comes from Stockholm and it was a case of these people who apparently were quote unquote victims of kidnapping in a way. It wasn't even kidnapping at all. Who
Mm-hmm.
were basically like in quote unquote captivity for ages and then they were quote unquote freed and apparently they had told everybody that they were like, "Oh no, we were fine. We were okay. There was no problems at all. Our captors weren't even like that bad. In fact, we kind of entertained them a bit." And people were
Yeah,
like, "No,
they're
no, no,
kind of
no, no.
chill.
You're delusional. You're crazy for thinking that. That means that you must love your captor." And they're like, "No, there wasn't a
Oh, I
problem.
see. I
There was
see.
no issue. We were fine. It was okay. We were chilling." So yeah, that's apparently, like I said, I might be recalling the story wrong and maybe that's false. But if that is the case of Stockholm syndrome and where the term comes from, that's a crazy notion. That's coming back to the fact
Yeah,
that the
that.
people who thought that they were saviors of these victims were not saviors at all and had basically deemed the quote unquote victims themselves as crazy when they weren't crazy. They were very much sane. It's just they were like, no, 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 we're shoving this story down your throat, so therefore we're gonna make a term about it. What?
So you're telling me that whoever, I don't know if this story is true, whoever coined the term Stockholm syndrome
Yeah,
actually was just narcissistic and wanted to be seen as a hero?
pretty much. Yeah, it's kind of
I
more of the case
see.
of
Okay.
like Gaston basically claiming that Belle was crazy for wanting to go back to the beast and trying to convince the village that he wasn't as bad as everybody else had deemed
I
him to be. That
see.
in itself is a case of him placing on her that she has Stockholm syndrome, when she definitely did not have Stockholm syndrome. She was completely fine.
That's a good reading of the story. That's really good. Interesting.
Yeah, so that kind of in itself was very interesting. And I was like, if this story is actually true, then that is crazy for people to have this
Mhm.
perception of what Stockholm syndrome is in their minds when the reality is very much different.
That's actually a very interesting concept.
Yeah.
Re-
Which that makes you wonder
Huh.
about a lot of syndromes that exist and wondering where they came from.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's like a whole conversation, not specifically about psychological syndromes.
Mm.
Like there's a when it comes to like medicine, there's a lot of times in the past where people usually like wanted to make their opinions facts.
Mm.
Like for example, for like a while in the US, being gay was considered a disorder, right?
Yeah, I remember
So
that.
there's a lot of that shit. Yeah. So
Which,
there's a
yeah,
lot of
it is
weird
very much a, what do we call it? Like a stigma?
stigma. Hmm.
Yeah, of where
It's different
people
because
say these
Mhm.
things and it's like it's completely untrue, but it's because a majority of people believe it, it just continues on to be quote unquote informative rather than what it actually is, which is complete lies.
Exactly. Man, I don't know why I'm yawning so much, but yeah, that makes sense, and it's different because it's different from like traditional medicine because you need to demonstrate, like just say, oh, there is this disease, I don't know, this flu,
Yeah.
you have symptoms, you can demonstrably,
Yeah.
demonstrate your theory. When it comes to psychology, though, it is less demonstrable. I mean, in a way that you can ascertain there is a symptom there. It's
Yeah.
more like of an interpretation, not just an interpretation, because people also show symptoms of mental disorders.
Hmm.
But I can see how back in the day people could persuade a term or make up a syndrome just for the sake of making it. I can see that being a thing.
Hmm. Well, also, like, for example, middle child syndrome, which low key kind of agree that it exists. I do believe though the origin of it literally happens because I don't know, some parents years ago just
Hmm.
said that their middle child had a syndrome and it was like not even like a syndrome at all. It's just like literally it's
Huh.
just pure neglect.
Yeah, yeah. It's not a syndrome. It's just like bad parents.
Yeah. Cause like it is a real thing, but like to place the word syndrome on it feels wrong because it's
Yeah,
literally
no.
just a real result of parents not parenting.
Yes, yes. And because syndrome indicates something intrinsic of the person,
Yeah.
and not like as a consequence of of their environment. So
Mhm.
yeah, I switch.
Yeah. But yeah, I would like to say that I do have it, and I will say that it is a very real thing. Not even kidding about it because it is like
Ah.
it does happen a lot of the time. This is why when it comes to like my ideal life or
Mhm.
when I hopefully do have and end up having kids is that I don't want to have 3 kids. I want to even it out to about 4
Mhm.
or even just having 2 kids instead. The reason why is because I've been a middle child. I am a middle child and having to like experience what I had experienced was really bad. And that was mostly because of my parents, for one, of course. But number two, I don't want my
Mhm.
child to ever feel neglected, period. And to at least feel
Yes.
like there is some sort of way to like feel comforted in their space.
Mhm.
Cause man, it sucked for me.
You don't want to repeat that. Yeah, I don't. You would want that to repeat. So I can
Yeah.
see that be a problem. Yeah. I
Cause it was
understand.
stinky for me. I hated it for me. And I would hate it for other people as well. And even though it was like unintentional too, it did still happen. So
Mhm.
it is what it is.
It is exactly. I was about to say it is what it is.
Wait. Hold on. Sorry. I'm like getting a quick update right now because I can hear rain
Oh,
outside.
cyclone.
I don't
It's
know.
here.
It might be
It
here.
came.
It's here. It's raining at the moment. It's very light rain.
Are you okay? Any alerts in your area?
None at the moment. Actually, I should probably grab my phone. I got an alert from a city that isn't even my city, and they had told me that I needed to evacuate my area, and I was like, "Wait, but I'm not
I'm already
there."
out.
Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah,
I don't live there. What?
that's probably because of probably the tower, like the cell phone towers are probably closed or something like that.
Probably, but it was like it was kind of funny because the town that it was all for, right, is
Uh
like
huh.
roughly about 30-40 minutes away from me. So it's pretty far away, and it makes sense for them to evacuate because the storm's hitting them first before it hits my town. And I was like, "Wait, why is it sending out a message to me? I'm not in the same city. What? We're not even anywhere near it."
That's hilarious. Yeah. I mean,
Whatever.
it happens.
It
I
does
mean, I
happen.
don't mind. It's funny because I just received a WhatsApp message
Mhm.
from someone from work because we have a exchange students that came from France, but she's actually Chinese. And because nobody speaks English besides us from the lab
Yeah.
and from the university, but like everyone outside of university does not speak English. It's not common in Brazil to speak English. I'm basically working as her concierge. So like I take her places. I go to her places to figure out like stuff from her immigration.
Hmm.
And she just sent me a message that she needs to go to a federal police department, but like in another town.
What?
Yeah, because basically when you request for immigration, because she's going to stay here for a year.
Yeah.
When you request for immigration, I don't know why they designate like a specific place for you to go, like a specific federal police station to go, but they did for her, and it's very far away from here. But they were like, oh, you don't have to go to that place. You can go to one of the other stations that are certified to deal with that, and the closest station is less far away, but like out like off town, like around 2 hours away from here.
Yeah.
And she just sent me a message just because of Carnival. They only have an appointment today, and she asked me if I'm free to go. I said yes, and we should be leaving like an hour from now.
No, that's
So,
fine. That's fine.
so if you want, I think this is a good place to stop the podcast.
I love how that.
I'm
You know what's
sorry.
funny is that it was a long
Uh-huh.
conversation leading up to the. So by the way, I've got an hour left.
So yeah, I'm sorry, chat. I just got a I was just reading it, so I just got a message. So
I just
sorry,
realized too
Macaron.
though, because you'll be going to France next year, is it, or 2026?
Yes, 2020. Yeah, next year, 2026 is next year.
You'll have a
Yes.
friend.
Yes, exactly.
You won't be alone.
I won't be alone. I'll be back. I'll be going in February 2026,
Oh my gosh.
and yeah, and I'll be also been staying there for a whole year in France, in Paris, actually.
Crazy. With
Mhm.
with all the rats and the people who get mad at you for not speaking
Yeah.
French properly, but they won't speak a cent of
Yeah.
English properly. So
Well, that's her. That's their problem, not mine. Uh, I'm trying. I'm doing Duolingo, so like I'm starting to learn French. And it's not that hard because a lot of things from Duolingo are very similar to Portuguese, actually, because they have like masculine words and feminine words and like
Mm.
different articles, just like Brazil has.
Hmm.
So it's not that hard, and it's similar. Some words are similar to English as well. So I think I can learn it fairly well. Problem, as always, will be pronunciation, which is the hardest part of every language.
Oh
is
yeah, for sure.
pronunciation. But I think I can like do a decent job until then.
That means
But I'm really excited.
3 languages under your belt.
3, yes. I'm not
Crazy.
bilingual anymore.
He's
will not be.
trilingual.
I'm trilingual, chat.
You and Gumi
One
should
more and I'll be
study
a
some French
polyglot.
together because he like stopped studying French. He wants to go back, but he can't decide if he wants to do French or Japanese.
I wanted to start Japanese, but I can't learn 2 languages at the same time. So
Yeah.
yeah, focus on French right now.
No,
That's a
fair
good idea. Yeah, I'll talk to
enough.
Gumi.
Yeah, because he was like, I want to go back to learning a language. He hasn't really found the time to do it, of course, that's perfectly okay. But then I was like, hang on. If he has somebody who's also studying the same language as him, like, just on the same levels as well, then it should be kind of like, a back and forth kind of conversation between the two of you.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we could study together.
Yeah.
I learned.
Let him know.
Oh, of course, thank you. I
Yeah.
learned dog, horse, chicken, man, woman, girl, and boy, and like some verbs like I am or you are.
You're learning
And
Old
also
MacDonald
the
had a
verb.
farm in French.
Not really, but kinda. That's what Duolingo teaches me. Like I can say "Je suis un cheval," which is I am a horse. Uh, "Je
Ah.
suis un garçon," which is I am a boy. If I'm a man, I should say "Je suis un homme." I'm learning. I'm learning, chat.
Good learning.
Chat, for example, chat. They have the word chat, which is spelled chat, which is cat. So you guys are a cat, chat. That's what you
Oh wait,
are.
yeah, that's
You're a cat.
right. Because yeah, shat.
Chat, yeah,
Yeah.
it's cat, but it spells CHAT.
Like Chat
That's hilarious.
Noir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, mine, I've been doing a lot of Korean studies, like getting back into the groove of it all. Luckily for a lot of
Days.
Korean in beginner format anyways, it's mostly like alphabet, so I can skip over that and
Uh-huh.
go immediately into intermediate, which
That's
is
good.
mostly just
Congratulations.
reading, which was very helpful when I was in Korea anyways, was the fact that I could read Hangul and actually, you know what
Mm-hmm.
was going on. Hi, Cindy! Hello, Queenie!
Hello, welcome.
Yeah, I am live with Corin, but we're gonna wrap it up in a bit because he's got an errand to do in like the next country, next city.
No, yeah, I have to accompany a exchange students to a police station so they can get their documents sorted out in another city. Mm-hmm.
How dare!
How dare? What? It's not my fault. I have
He's
work.
meeting friends and work. I mean, I don't know. Do you consider her a friend?
Yeah, she's pretty nice. I basically showed her carnival. I showed her like how my city works. She's pretty cool.
You can do this.
I can't do this, but I already delivered content. Yeah, I got blocked by a scammer live.
Yeah, and homie literally said, "Nice stream."
Nice stream, by the way. Like, thank you.
Thanks. I try my hardest.
Yeah. I should have asked, did you follow me? Did you follow
Did you
me?
follow me? Are you following the podcast?
I'm following the podcast on YouTube.
Oh. But yeah, I've been learning
That's
Korean, which has been going pretty okay. I like took a break for a few days because I've been writing it up on my iPad.
Mhm.
I have the worst form of holding my pencil like ever. I have like a tight grip on it, and
Oh,
it's like
really?
I cramp my fingers
Oh,
together because my fingers are
it can
long.
hurt your fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah, you should be careful with that.
Korean sounds so good. Say something. uh, what do
Um,
you want me to say?
say my name is Macaron in Korean.
저는 이름은 마카론입니다.
Base, base. You can already start in like K dramas now.
Okay, specifically to you, Cindy, 너무 사랑해요.
What does
Which
that mean?
that means I really love you.
Ah, oh my god, they love me too.
I like said that to Guri the other day, and he was like, "You're just
Uh huh.
speaking a lot of Korean. I don't understand what you're saying." And I was like telling
Oh,
him
he
what I was
doesn't
saying
understand.
because he was like saying something to me, and I was I can't remember what the conversation was, and I had said to
Mhm.
him, I was like, "Oh, 진짜로?" which means like, "Oh, really?" And he was like,
Mhm.
"What are you saying?"
Uh, it's so nerve wracking when somebody is talking to you directly in another language.
Look, he
'Cause
doesn't
I was
do it
like,
to me because he knows I won't get it,
uh-huh.
but sometimes he'll say things to me, like, when he's flirting with me in Spanish, and I won't know at all what he's saying, so I'll have to translate it, and I'm like, "Aw," after, like, 5
Aw.
minutes of being absolutely clueless. Oh. That's what y'all should be striving for, a bilingual or, like, a
Yes.
trilingual boyfriend or girlfriend because it works wonders. You'll be clueless for a bit, but, like, it pays to have somebody who can speak another language and you just don't speak it at all, so
Exactly, chat. Exactly.
Uh,
Also, they can they can whisper in your ear in different accent. Yeah.
Pick up corn, y'all, pick up corn. He's a catch. He's about to be trilingual.
Yay! I am, chat.
He's bilingual at the moment, but he's about to be trilingual soon,
I'm
so
gonna learn French and I'm gonna speak the ratatouille language.
The ratatouille
Le ratatouille.
language.
Bro,
That's
if
so
I went to a
funny.
restaurant, if I go to a restaurant when I go there and I don't see a rat, I'll be disappointed.
I'll be surprised if you see a rat. I'd be really worried if a
That's
restaurant
fine.
has a
It's
rat inside of it.
fine.
That's infestation. That's how the plague begins. Ugh.
I learned French in school. Yeah, we don't have French in school in Brazil. We have English. But I know like America, they usually run Spanish or French. But we don't have that.
That's crazy.
I could learn Spanish because Spanish is very close to Portuguese. But it becomes like a pet peeve of mine because I when I hear somebody speaking Spanish, it feels to me like they're speaking Portuguese wrong, and I get annoyed.
Fair
Oh,
enough.
hi, Sugar.
Hi,
Hi, Cornelius.
sugar.
Hi, Cornelius and Macaron. I hope you're having a lovely time. Sure sounds like it. I want to pop in real quick to say hi. Uh, hello, hello, hello. We are about to finish because I received a message from work. But yeah, thank you for stopping by.
Forgot
I can
most
only
of
imagine
you.
how that feels, right? It like nothing against Spanish. I have nothing against Spanish, but like it sounds weird because we have a lot of similar words, and it's funny because a lot of normal words in Spanish are actually curse words in Portuguese.
Really?
Yes. Same thing with Portuguese from Portugal and Brazilian Portuguese. A lot of the words Portuguese use is bad words in Brazilian Portuguese, which is really funny too.
That's crazy.
I'm done learning Italian and German. What lingual would be that be called? Not counting French, that's four. That's
Mm,
polyglot, right?
yeah. Although most people just call it
Linguistic.
multilingual.
Yeah, yeah, multilingual. I guess
Yeah.
that makes sense. I
Unless you want
really
to be technical,
um technically no, you're fine. I really want to learn Italian as well because I have Italian heritage.
What?
Uh,
You didn't tell me this.
oh no, okay, yeah, I am half. No, okay, let me think. If I go by heritages, I have heritage in Italy, Spain, and I believe Africa because my dad was African American when he was alive. So yeah, but my mother's side, like my great grandfather only speak Italian. He came directly from Italy, and from my mother's side, they only speak Spanish because they came from Spain. So
Oh. Wait, where
yeah,
does the
so I am part
Italian come
Italian
in then?
from my mother's father's side.
Oh, so she's part Spanish and part Italian then.
The Italian, yes, and then she married my father, who was African American.
Wow, that's actually crazy.
Scuto la mia testa. Is that something regarding your forehead? Is that what it means? I have a friend from Sicily that's teaching me Italian personally. Nice.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I hope it's going well for you, Sydney. It's shaking my head. Okay, technically the head part was right.
Okay, so testa is, yeah, because testa in Portuguese is forehead. That's why I made a connection. But that was good.
I feel like though, if you and Gumi were to speak in your native languages, you'd probably be able to make out a majority of what both of you are saying.
That is true. Because like like Italian, Portuguese, Spanish, French, it all came from Latin, so we have similar words.
Yeah. Like it's kind of the same thing with Maori and some of the like other Polynesian languages. We
Sense.
all pretty much can kind of like have full-on conversations with each other, despite the fact the languages are technically different because there's similarities in both. We kind of just get it.
Makes sense, yeah. Came from the same place.
They are crazy. My Italian teacher and my German friends who's supporting my German learning discusses Latin together sometimes. That's wild. That's crazy.
That is crazy.
But yeah, learning languages is one of my goals this year. Hopefully, I want to become at least part fluent in Korean. I will go back to Japanese eventually. It's just right now, Korean is the easiest of the two, and it's the one I'm the most confident in.
That is fair. That is fair. I
Yeah.
really want to learn Japanese as well. Because
Yar.
I'm a weeb.
Because I'm a wiki. Be who you are.
Exactly, Chad. Remember that, Chad.
I heard that German friend reading Latin text as well as Japanese text. So why is my friend so good at languages? There are crazy people, like not crazy bad, but like crazy, like insanely good.
Yeah.
At like
They're really
learning
good
multiple languages, yeah. At the same time as well. Like there's some guy out there who knows like 12 different languages. And
That's
I was like,
crazy.
that's crazy because now I want to know what language you're thinking in most of the time.
That is fair. Sometimes I do think in English because like nowadays I speak more English than Portuguese. So when I'm thinking, I think in English actually.
Yeah. Because also like you said, like in the lab you're also speaking English. Like you're barely speaking Portuguese.
Yeah, true. I only speak Portuguese when I'm talking to my family.
Yeah, which the last time you saw them was for your sister's birthday.
Last weekend.
Yeah, last weekend. So it's like, wow. Literally. And then before that, it was Christmas, wasn't it?
It was only Christmas, yeah.
Yeah. That's
The
a
holidays.
2-month gap.
See chat.
Barely speaking it. He's barely speaking it.
Yeah. Even though I live in Brazil.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Wait, does that mean you're speaking it when you like go to grocery stores or?
Oh yeah, no. When I go to grocery stores, supermarkets, I speak Portuguese because, like I said, it's very rare for Brazilian people to speak English, even though technically it's on our schools. But you know how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, if I'm talking to all my friends, they speak English. In the lab, we have to because of the exchange students. So when at work, I speak English. So yeah, it's only very small time frames where I actually speak Portuguese. Most of the time, I speak in English.
Jesus, and then you won't be speaking it at all when you're in France.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure I will forget Portuguese at some point. I'm pretty sure.
You'll probably come home and then end up realizing
with an accent.
Yeah, with a really like messed up accent, and it was just because you know what's funny, right? Because I spend so much time with Gumi, I'm starting to like have a habit of saying things in more of like not really an American accent, but like it's more accentuated into like the diction that they
Oh,
use, like the consonants that they use. Like for example,
uh-huh,
saying car, like it just sounds like CA for us, where it's just car. Whereas like he would have to say it as
uh-huh.
car.
Car.
Yeah.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So I would like habitually just say it that way because it's
That's
easier
cute.
for him to understand it that way, as well as like I habitually hear him say it that way a lot as well. So I'll probably pick up an American accent more than he'll pick up my Australian accent.
That is fair. That is fair.
You'll come home with a French accent, yeah.
I will. I will.
Oui, bitch.
I'll what? Okay, man. Okay. I'll like talk to my mom. It's like, Mama, make me a baguette.
What did you just say to me?
Yeah.
Mm, we don't have baguettes
Awesome.
here. Son, we don't have baguettes here.
I can't wait to be like the stereotypical French. Like I'm gonna walk around with a oh, I forgot the name of the hat.
A beret?
A beret.
No!
I'm
That's
gonna
how they
walk
pick
around
you
with a
out as a
beret.
tourist. That's how they scam
I'm gonna
you.
look. Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna walk around a beret with like a mime, like mime clothes, like a big mustache and a baguette under my arm.
Cord, you
That's what
could
I'm gonna
freely
walk
do
around.
that now if you wanted to. You don't even have to be in France to do it.
But the funny thing is to be in France doing that.
Uh, Way to not look French.
You
Yeah, exactly. To not look French at
like,
all.
and every time they talk to me, I was like, ho ho ho, ho ho ho.
Oui, oui. Would you like a baguette or a croissant? Uh,
Wee wee.
Speaking of, I have a recipe to make French hot chocolate. Oh, the winter season is
Sounds
coming.
good.
I have a chance to do it.
Yay. I don't recall even one beret. That's fair, Sina.
Uh,
That's fair.
yeah, I just
I'm
wear
gonna go to the
berets because
catacombs.
because berets are fashionably inclined for me. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I wear berets, and also I look
That
really good
is
in
fair.
hats.
Okay. That's very specific.
Not the flex, but
I'm gonna go to the catacombs
no.
just to see if I can see a ghost.
Oh
What?
no.
What's the when I say that everybody said to not go? What's the problem with the
Cause
catacombs?
there's cannibals in there.
What do you mean there's cannibals? What are you talking? What?
There's cannibals in there. Like, although it might just be like a theory, it's a notorious thing that people talk about. Cannibals being in the catacombs. That's why when people go in there, they never come out.
There's no way that's true.
Well, apparently, that's what it is. That's the story anyway. But maybe that's their tourist story, like how
It's
in
okay.
Australia, our
I
tourist story is drop bears. So
drop bears are not a thing. You cannot convince me that drop bears are real.
look, you've never seen one, so you can't say they're not real.
Oh yeah, exactly. That's how empirical evidence work. I have to see one. Oh, let's go!
Hi,
Thank you for the raid. We love raids. Thank you. How you guys been? It's sad that we're going to end it soon, but thank you guys for stopping by. We're
Yar.
talking about France and the catacomb. Look, I can take a couple cannibals. I can take a couple.
You always
I
say
think
that
I'll be fine.
this is a conversation him and I always have. He's always so overconfident that he could fight anything every single
Thank you for the
time.
follow, Florian. Look,
Lordy.
it's it's not overconfidence. Look, imagine if you are someone that stays like underground without direct sunlight and only feeding on corpses,
Mhm.
you might not be the most nutritious person out there, which means that your vitamins are low, which means that you don't have enough iron on your blood, so you can faint very easily. Look, I can take a couple cannibals on a fight.
A
I can use the bones as
couple?
weapons. Yeah, yeah, if I can dual wield bones. Oh, hi, Moonstar. We're talking about the French catacombs because I'm going to France in February next year for like my school. I'm gonna spend a year there, and I'm talking to Macaron, and apparently there are cannibals allegedly on the catacombs of France. And I'm telling her that like if I can arm myself with the bones, I can take a couple cannibals on a fight. I'm pretty sure I can.
Thank you,
I'm
City. Thank you.
I think you
Oh.
should retake that. Look, it's Chad. Tell me out, Chad. Come on. Won't you guys be able to take a couple cannibals on a fight?
See, even Moonstar's like saluting you for good luck. Ain't nobody's gonna participate in that.
Come on, man. They're cannibals. They can't be that strong.
Well, okay, it's not the fact of being strong, but it's the fact of they have survival skills that outweigh yours. So even if they're not strong, they'll still pick a really good fight.
Well, I would argue I live in Brazil, so my survivor skills are kind of high. I'm just gonna.
You live in the richest area in Brazil, Corn. What do you know about survival? Oh my gosh.
Look, I can make fire sometimes.
On your stove does not count. on,
Aw,
your,
man.
on your stove does not count.
Oh, man. God damn it. I have too many health. I'm sorry to hear that, Moonstar. But look, if I get a really good femur, like a very sturdy femur, I can swing. I can swing hard. I think I can take some. They can't outwit me because I can see like tripwires. I'm very good at seeing tripwires on the
When
ground.
do you encounter tripwire?
I don't know. It's a trip. You can see. Just look at the ground. There's tripwire.
Some people don't look at the ground, Corn. You know that. People don't have like spatial awareness. We're very aware of this.
That's true. I am kind of clumsy, but I feel like if I'm in a catacomb, when my eyes start to adapt to the darkness, I think I can be their home field. They do have the air, they do have the advantage that they know the field, but I think I can take them. Not a lot, maybe like one, like 2 or 3.
2 or 3? That's still a lot.
Yeah, and then I have to like cut my losses.
Then probably it was the cannibals that placed them. Yeah.
Is this an 18 or not? Because I have a dirty mind. You're fine. It is an 18+ stream. Just don't ban me. But sure, go ahead.
They're
Like,
waiting
you
for
see,
you in the
they know.
catacombs. They wait for
No.
people like you,
Mm.
Corn. They wait for you because they're like, he thinks he's all slick with it. He thinks he knows what he's doing. Nope.
Look, depends of like what I'm bringing to. What if I'm bringing like a cannibal repellent?
Those exist.
I know. I don't know. I can like bring a head of cabbage with me. That will scare them.
I mean, if you say to me that you're going to bring like pepper spray, then yeah, I think anybody would like freak out at the fact that their eyes are stinging. But like if they're screaming, like there's 3 against you in one section of the catacomb and they're screaming because you
Uh-huh.
sprayed their eyes out, chances are
Uh-huh.
more of them are waiting around the corner.
Okay, how big is this cannibal society?
I don't know. They say that there's a lot of them down there.
What if I can convince them I'm a friend, like I can infiltrate them? Be like, oh, I'm one of you.
They'd probably tell you to join them in eating a corpse, and I don't think you could participate in that.
What if I fake it? Like
how do you fake
I get
that?
the meat, I get the meat really close to my face, and then like I swiftly throw it at my back at the wall, so they don't see it. That I. Or they probably know everyone there. That's a good point.
Oh. Yeah, see?
Chat-
They will know. They will know.
Chat, I'm sensing some kind of bias in this discussion.
What do you mean bias in
So
this discussion? It's just look. If anything, the bias is you on yourself at the fact that you always think that you can take on anything. That's your problem. Oh my goodness.
that's fair. That's fair. Like a
Oh,
clan. Yeah, that makes sense.
the people who lived in the rich area always make themselves survivors because exactly, Moon. Exactly.
I'm
uh,
just saying, based on my opinion, that's fair. We're realistic. You wound me, Sina. You wound me.
Okay, we're gonna end this conversation and this stream on that note
We
because
need to end this. Yeah,
yeah, I
I need to
can't
go.
take
Yeah.
any more of your I could take them shenanigans. He's always like this. Jeez. Oh. One of these days, if I come to Brazil, one of these days, if you tell me, like, I don't know, there's like an abandoned building, and your notion is if there's something in there, I'm gonna take it down. I'm gonna leave you behind.
Cannibal brain rot. That's funny. Yeah. Okay, Macaron. I believe you.
I will actually leave you to survive on your own. I will not be participating in that. Oh.
God damn it, chat. God damn it. Are you gonna keep streaming or are you gonna end this now, Macaron?
I'm going to wrap this up because I have a friend that I have a big catch up with. I hope that you don't
Ooh,
mind. Yeah, it's been months and we're doing a really big catch up.
that's good. That's great.
Yeah. I'm excited.
All
I'm really
right,
excited.
chat. Hell yeah. I'm gonna raid. Oh, Pie streaming. I'm gonna raid Pie.
Ooh, I shall read
Pie,
Pie
not a
as
cake.
well.
Okay, let me go to her channel. Pie Nota. There you go. And then I select raid. Oh, let me put the raid message first. So it's going to be hi corn.
I'ma just debate against him every time. It's not realistic, which I'm guessing it like never is. Okay, yeah, literally every time we come into this conversation city, it's never realistic on his side. It's always I could do it. I think I can do it. And I'm like,
Come on.
ugh. The problem is you've never actually experienced it at all. It's just purely this is
Yeah.
this is his thought process,
Is
right? Because he's played video games, because he's experienced it in a video game, he thinks he could do it in real
Okay.
life.
Okay,
Oh,
Macaron, you're outing me a little bit.
what do you
I
mean outing
don't.
you? Oh, he doesn't
Okay,
have
that's fair. Yeah, don't worry, chat. I'll remain safe. I won't let myself be caught by cannibals. Okay, don't need to worry about me. But I will catch you guys next time. Thank you all for the raid. Thank you, Tamaharu, for the raid. Thank you for entrusting your community with me. Sadly, I have to go, but we catch us again 2 weeks from now, where
Yeah.
our 12th podcast starts. Okay?
12. Number 12.
Yay! Exactly. So I'll see you guys there. And any final statements, Macaron?
Don't go into the catacombs. There's cannibals in there. Be less like corn and more like me.
Exactly. Maybe go in just a little bit.
What, like
That's my final
dip
just
a
a
foot
little.
in, like, oh, look.
Yeah, just like the first room, just the first, the first thing, first section. Just see a couple bones. After you saw a couple bones, you're fine, and then you can back out.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
All right, goodbye, chat.
Bye,
See you
everybody. Bye bye.
Hell yeah.
And we never saw him again.
Then I died.
Look, if anything, I prefer the rats to take you than anything else.
Oh my god.